And speaking of the plate, we take a look at the UCLA batting order. It's brought to you by Capital One. He'll bat second. You're just going to hear a lot about him tonight. This was a kid that had a chance to play quarterback at Notre Dame. He does everything, phenomenal in the field, and clearly a great hitter as well.
Yeah, very athletic, and I can't wait to see it because he walks more than strikes out, so he understands what he has to do. And he's got his hands full against this young man on the mound.
Yeah, because he strikes a lot of them out. Anthony Hyanson is third in the country in strikeouts. You can see he's good against both righties and lefties. It's mid-90s, two different breaker balls. Hadn't thrown the split a whole lot. We may see it a few times tonight, but as good of a different breaking ball combination as you're going to see in college baseball.
All right, good night to start here weather-wise. Temperature about 90 degrees. And LSU in the field in their white. Hyanson gets the message to start. Dean West will step in. He's the leadoff hitter, a 375 average. Tough guy to strike out. In the first pitch, you can hear our home plate umpire give you a great description. Kellen Liebig, ball inside. West had a phenomenal game one, both defensively. He was featured in the open with that great diving catch and getting on base. It's a tough one up the middle, and Dickinson was going to flip to his shortstop, who knew, well, if I'm going to touch this ball, we have no chance to get West, so I'm just going to let it go. Yeah. An infield hit.
And the right thing, and the only play he really had, and just with the speed of West, the top two guys in this order, West and Chalowski, that's what they do. They get on base at a high clip.
Stephen Milam's like, what do you want me to do with it?
Yeah, Milam didn't. He thought that throw was going to go over his head, not at his head right there. But infield single to start it for the Bruins.
All right, so Milam now with his feet up against the grass, and here is Rock Chalowski, 0 for 7. Last two games that have been played here. One was the Big Ten championship against Nebraska, and he was hitless in game one. Hyanson pumps a strike in there. 43 extra base hits during the regular season. West is a threat to run. And this is to the shortstop. Milan, Dickinson, they will get just one. Again, soft contact off the bat of Chalowski. A force out at second.
Hyanson tends to bear down after that leadoff hitter. During the season, leadoff hitters hitting 333 against him coming into this game. West gets on, but he tends to make pitches when the going gets tough.
It is a good idea to use the guys in the middle because Milam and Dickinson can really pick it. Great double play combination, and Hyanson, although he doesn't give up a lot of contact, if you're going to do it today, may see it on the ground.
Take a look at some of the numbers that UCLA has done. 455, first time through the batting order. Levi Lavu looks at one a little bit high. KP, maybe two of the best middle infields that are here in the field of 8, because the Bruins have turned to more double plays than anybody.
Yeah, they lead the country. I mean, the Bruins are throwing out 3 shortstops and a third baseman right now, and that usually works out pretty well defensively.
Kid at the plate. Lavu is an RBI machine. 85 as Hyanson misses off. 2 balls, no strikes. That's a lot of RBIs for anybody, and certainly in a college season. 85 runs batted in, a 319 average, and he's got 11 in the postseason already. Got one to hit, and he swung and missed.
Took some off. 85 miles per hour right there. He was geared up for the fastball instead. Quality pitch. What's the changeup?
142 strikeouts on the season, 3rd in the NCAA behind his teammate Anderson and Liam Doyle. That's a good one right down Broadway at 96 to even it up at 2-2. Second in the SEC in innings pitched, a 2.74 ERA for Hyanson, which is 3rd in the SEC. Wood did not get hit at all today with that no-hitter, the 3rd in College World Series history. One of the secrets to success for any good pitcher, and we've seen it early with Hyanson, is preventing barrel, preventing hard contact. So Chalowski on a slow roll at a Milam at short, and now Lavu just fouls one off at the plate. Another 2-2 on the way. John Savage described this game as gigantic, and then there was another superlative to try to go 2-0. The first game was gigantic. He went with humongous. He knows the importance of 2-0. Getting a lead early, short leash on your starter. Not the case with Ianson. They expect depth. This one is through the hole on the left side, and a good job by Levu, and it is first and second. Will go out on a single.
So you got 3 ground balls to start. With the infield that they have, Anthony Ianson would want that. The stuff will show you that he's going to get it. Fastball's going to be mid-90s, 2 breakables. We haven't really seen the curveball yet. And then the splitter is something he hasn't used a ton this year, but ultimately could more against lefties than righties. The slider hasn't been incredibly sharp. It's super early, but has not been incredibly sharp to this point. It's been his best swing and miss pitch this year. The curveball is more of a strike stealer, straight top to bottom on that one.
And now a chance for the improving Roman Martin with 2 on and a chance to break through against LSU. Warning about eye contact, pitch clock, etc. to get everybody on the same page, remind them in this environment. He's just a sophomore with 9 homers and 60 runs batted in, but .423 in the postseason. And West has really good speed. Chalosky at second. There's one on the inside corner, strike 1.
He's been so tough on right-handed hitters. They're hitting 179 on the season compared to lefties hitting 243.
Chalosky has really helped raise Martin's game, according to Savage. He's up in him a lot. This ball pulled down the line, and no one's going to get there. Chalosky's going to come in. Levu goes to third. That's a double for Roman Martin, and the Bruins break through and lead it 1-0.
We talked about a slider, how important it is for Ianson to use. Watch location on this. That's what it is, and you can see the spin just stays middle in and up. One that Roman Martin can drop the head on, rip it down the left field line. That's 3 of the first 4 in this UCLA lineup that have base hits. That double right there gets him on the board first.
It's a nice job by Curry on left field, covering some ground, keeping that ball and just keeping that runner from first from not scoring.
And that's going to lead to a very early 1-out conversation in the first on the mound, with Ianson probably just trying to calm him down.
Yeah, it's interesting who it is. It's Jay Johnson. He's obviously not taking him out of the baseball game, but it's Jay Johnson here and not Nate Yeske, the pitching coach, out to have the discussion. This is probably more of a motivational speech at this point instead of anything technical about what's going on.
And you look at the lineup, the next 4 hitters are left-handed hitters. You talked about the split, that he's going to have to use it, especially against lefties. It's going to be interesting how he now goes with the selection of pitches. Against Levu, it was mostly splitters and fastballs.
Well, whatever Jay Johnson imparted to his guy, he's had great success in getting teams here. Obviously won it in 23 as he looks briefly to his left, checks out Paul Skeens, who was so dominant. Now he needs Ianson to lock in. They couldn't keep West off base. They eventually got him off with the ground ball, but Chalosky's in. It's 1-0. There's 1 out, second and third for A.J. Salgado. And he rolls 1 foul on the first base side.
Salgado, your veteran guy on the UCLA team, redshirt senior.
He had one of the big hits in game 1, a double. And in the postseason, 364. 3 runs batted in. Gets the call in the corner. Didn't know we'd be talking about limiting the damage with Ianson and his dominant performance throughout the course of the season. But that's the position he's in now, ahead 0-2 to A.J. Salgado.
Oh. He's looking for the strikeout here. He's got the stuff to be able to do it. Salgado, runners in scoring position this year, 264.
Heinsohn grew up, and he's still growing up, but even as a 13, 14-year-old, he would go and watch UCLA Bruins games. This one on the ground. It's a diving stop by Dickinson, but no play, and another infield hit. Salgado with an RBI, and it's 2-0 Bruins.
Let's go Bruins, baby! Let's go!
I don't know if he had an opportunity or not to get him at first base, but he first checked the runner going from second to third in case he was going around. Heck of a job to keep this ball in the infield, preventing another run from scoring. But you see where his eyesight went, first to third? Yep. Wondering if he could have gotten Salgado coming up quick, going to first.
Salgado's a decent runner. I mean, I think in that case, left-handed hitter, probably the right move, just in case the break was too big around third base. Dickinson really heady out at second, has had a very good defensive year, at least saved a run by keeping it in the infield.
Well, now they got the hottest Bruin, Peyton Brennan. Swing and a miss. That time he pulled it at 79 miles an hour, and he was way out in front. Interesting, though, how ball hasn't really left the infield on these ground balls. That one was hard hit as well. You wonder that Dickinson might have thought about throwing behind Martin if he took a big turn.
He was peaking, that's for sure. Here's the thing with UCLA, and they do it every year. They are going to skill you up. It is not easy to strike them out. It's going to be controlled swings, and we've already seen it today. It's just the ground balls are finding the right spots, and then the double down the line.
There's a good look at a potential bunt. It was a bunt in their first game that helped them immensely. LSU the benefactor of a big bunt as well in their second inning, in which they scored 3 runs in their first game. 21 years head man at UCLA, and what a start his Bruins have got him off to tonight. Brennan squares again, tries to get it down, and it's a foul ball. Brennan's hitting .520, guys, in the postseason. .520. Slugging .840.
1360 OPS, word for you. See, I got that math right. I wasn't very good this morning. I got that right.
The later in the day, the sharper you become.
Definitely not a 5 o'clock hitter.
Heinsohn, he needs an out. 1-2 off speed, slow roller. They got to play only at first. Another run is in, another ball on the infield, and the Bruins' crooked number goes to 3.
Watch the break. 1 out right now. A lot of times it's ground ball past the pitcher, but for Martin, the read is it's not hit hard enough for anybody, and it's immediate. The minute that he saw it, weight was on the front right foot. He's off to score easily, and 1 ball has left the infield. Well, balls have left the infield, but 1 ball not hit on the ground so far in this inning, but yet UCLA has 3 runs.
Johnson's team was very, very good against Arkansas, and a huge win to get to 1-0. They became the instant favorite as Blake Baltz looks at a strike. All it takes, though, 1 loss, and right away you're into the meat grinder. Baltz had a whole boatload of opportunities in game 1 with runners on. And this one's beaten on the ground up the middle. High hop fielded. Ilon is able to make the play, and that is where it will end. But how about the Bruins? Just hit it hard, hit it on the ground. Good things will happen. Really good things. A 3-0 lead before the Tigers come to the plate. Next win for LSU will be their 50th this season. They come in 49-15 as we take a look at our Capital One batting order. Start with Curriell at the top. Milam is in the 3-hole. Jared Jones struggled in game 1. They expect him to bounce back because he's done that after games in which he struggled.
They really have, and they worked on some stuff that we'll talk about later with Jones. But this is an offense now, 3 runs down, that can definitely come back. A lot of time and no panic to this offense.
Now face Landon Stump, the right-hander, on for the 18th time this year. All of them have been starts. It's a low 90s fastball. cutter and a slider. He will throw both, and a changeup behind it. And it's a pretty good feeling to go trotting out there. And first time you run out to the mound, look up at the board and see 3 on your side.
For sure. 6'3", 195. Basketball, football, and obviously he chose baseball. 4 innings, no runs in game 2 of the Supers against UTSA. Real strong. Coriel's only a freshman. They love his tools. 458 in the postseason. Defense up the middle is really strong, and this one is up the middle. It's Chalowski out quickly from glove to bare hand to first. 1 down.
All right, we talk about Stump. Here's the 4 pitches. Fastball, average 91. He could show you a little bit more. Slider with a little bit more down than the cutter. And a changeup you're going to see primarily to left-handed hitters. So the curveball he won't throw much. You may see it at times when he's trying to steal a strike, and especially from a left-handed hitter. Primarily it's slider cutter on the breaking balls, but if you see something mid-70s, that's when he tries to drop the curveball in.
Does free you up to throw first pitch strikes, and that is 0-1 to Ethan Fry, the junior out of Rose Pine, Louisiana. 77-mile-an-hour slider. It's now 0-2. You get a chance to watch really an infield. It's got 3 shortstops. Martin has improved dramatically at third base. He's terrific. Lavu may end up at third.
Outside.
And both Chalowski and Call up the middle are phenomenal.
Yeah, this is high level, and we already saw a glimpse of it right there on the first play from Chalowski. He showed off his arm.
Fry, that is to no man's land. Right up the middle. On the ground it goes again. He's aboard with the first hit of the night. So we'll have no double no-hitter at the College World Series on this day. As Ethan Fry is aboard for LSU. Gabe Gackle put on a show for Arkansas out of the pen in game 1, but this guy right here, Stephen Milam, had a couple of hits against him. Gackle struck out 10. Arkansas pitchers, right, because of the 35 strikeouts in 2 games.
Yeah.
I mean, 19 will help.
That generally
will help you.
Helps your numerals, yes.
Letter high for a strike. Milam followed by Jake Brown and then Jared Jones if they can get there. This is the team that turned a Division I best 64 double plays, 10 more than anybody else. And remember, the Bruins won 19 games total last year. Everything went sideways, including their defense, and the coaching staff will tell you, Chalowski alone made sure the defense turned around this year. 2-1.
They also played their kids last year, too. I mean, 8 of the 9 in the offensive lineup today for UCLA are sophomores. A couple years after John Savage brought in the #1 recruiting class in the country. So I don't think it was any shock that they took lumps last year. It's also a reason why they're as good as they are this year.
Off speed, Milam, that's a foul ball. Yeah, #1 class in 2023. They had a whole bunch of bumps in the road. They were booted out of Jackie Robinson Stadium. They're not even sure if they're going to go back there. They don't know what the future of the stadium is going to be like as they deal with some issues locally. Nothing to do with the stadium itself physically, but they were practicing at high schools all around Los Angeles.
They got to figure that one out.
Have to, right?
That's a great college baseball stadium.
So there is Steven, the dad, who is Steven's dad, right?
He actually said
that sounded weird.
Absolutely. There is Steven's dad.
There is Steven's dad, who is Steven's dad. Yeah.
He said he'll be Steve. I'm Steven.
On that 11 homers during the regular season. That ball is fair, and it's down the line. Here we go with Fry to third base, fielded and thrown back in. And a hard single from Milam and LSU trying to answer here in the bottom of the first with 2 on.
Tough at bat right there. Milam in the 3 spot with that right-handed pitcher. Watch how deep this ball is inside and how he brings his hands and is able to keep the ball fair. And then after he makes contact, he understands what the score is. A lot of guys right here try to go for 2. They're down 3. Smart base running. You stay at first base. You got runners at the corner. And the real Steven, may you please stand up. That's the OG right there.
I thought that was the OS. Kyle knows what I'm talking about.
I just let you guys have that one.
The original Steve. Now Jake Brown, first and third. One of the things that this UCLA team does have is a phenomenal and deep bullpen.
Oh.
Check swing way out in front of that. The question's going to be, how long will somebody like Savage let Stump go? Got a 3-0 lead. He's already told us early today, I got a lot of arms out there, and ones we didn't see in the first game.
That's been their strength the entire season, is their bullpen.
Fry is at third, Milam at first. Gets that call just on the outside corner.
So that's back-to-back changeups, and after the first one, Casher Duggar, the catcher, looked at their dugout and went thumbs up right away, which is telling them that one's pretty good today. Like you're okay doubling up on that. We're okay throwing that. Feedback from your catcher on stuff is so important on the field.
0-2, that's going to get through. RBI for Jake Brown. And they go station to station, first and third. Tigers answer with a run.
That's toughness right there from LSU. You get hit right in the nose with 3 in the top of the first, and they come right back. They answer, and they keep the line moving. After 2 changeups, try to sneak a fastball by. They're still sitting on the number 1. Great approach. And now the big man's coming up to the plate, looking for some redemption.
KP Stump was ahead, 2 strikes there. He could not put Brown away. All 3 of the Tiger hits have come with 2 strikes. And what a spot for Jared Jones, who spent the off day working in the cage, machines. See if it pays off.
And it was the machines throwing the sliders. And that's what's gotten him back to where he needs to be. And Jay Johnson knowing his hitters really well. Getting ready for that. So look out. If you hang a slider, give a lot of credit to that machine he was working on.
20 home runs, 70 runs batted in on the season. 1 ball, no strikes. By this point, we'd already seen a meeting on the mound for LSU. Savage has not felt inclined to go out there to talk to Stump.
Got a whole lot of real estate on the right side. And if we're working on using the middle of the field, now is the opportunity.
3 on the left side of the infield. This ball is driven high and deep, right center field. And it is over and gone. A 3-run home run for Jared Jones. And the Tigers grab a lead in the first. '21st of the year, and RBI 71, 2 and 3. And the off-day work pays off in a big way.
You see the power right there. 110. Let's round it off. Mrs. Morales taught me well. And the big smile from the big man who struck out 5 times. Work pays off. You sit, slider during practice. You know you can hit the number 1. The power is there. The power is real. And LSU back on top. 4-3. That didn't take long.
Now, it's the beauty of this sport. You can have such a bumpy game one day. You do some work, you come back, and all of a sudden, a 3-run home run to put your team up. Mom Michelle knows of the emotional struggles that he dealt with after that. And you can feel the emotion there from mom to see her son do something so special here in Omaha.
Yeah, it's amazing what 2 days can do. And
Right.
it's also amazing what an off day can do. To go out and even though they were working on sliders, the idea was use the middle of the field. Don't get so pull happy, and that's where the sliders were getting him. And ultimately, Jay Johnson just stayed with him. Went in the dugout, put his arm around him, and you know, I don't know that Jared Jones needs that much of a pep talk. He's kind of hit since he showed up, but ultimately, still feels good for all of us, and that is a very good offensive sign when that dude can go deep to right center, because there's not a lot in this field that can go opposite way in this ballpark.
And it tells you about the character, right? You see all those numbers at the bottom. You have to sleep on that 0 for 5 with 5 Ks, but Jay Johnson not taking him out, letting him know, look, that's part of the game. We believe in you in that swing. Try to sneak a fastball by him. He said, uh-uh.
That's a tough carry, about 375. The wind is still blowing in a little bit. There's just not many in the field that have a chance to do what Michelle's son just did. Yes, it's over that yellow line.
It takes a big man to hit that ball.
Sure
Opposite
does.
field, wind blowing straight in. At 31-degree launch angle.
Yeah, there's Dad George, too. He's celebrating with high fives for the Tiger fans. One hopper, Chalowski.
Oh, my.
Very pretty. Very pretty play it short by Rock Chalowski.
He's wearing the right number, boys, because that may be the draft selection next year. It is, for me, he's the National Player of the Year. The combination of speed, power, defense, the guy you circle every day in the lineup, and this is something that not many can do, and those that can are usually playing in the big leagues.
How about the angle?
It's-
Perfect angle right away.
He just looks, he's still got another year of college. He's only a sophomore, but man, can he play.
Footwork of a quarterback, which he was. And again, Notre Dame had real interest in getting him to go play quarterback there. So the 2 outs have both been on the ground to that kid right there, surrounded by 3 singles and a 3-run home run. This is Tanner Reeves. Yep, on the corner, 0-2. That ball is going to be out of play as he went with a fastball at 92. Kind of a quick pitch, and he spoiled it. Tiger fan with a catch in the stands, so he's going home with a souvenir. And another. Quick one. We got a ball instantly.
Reaction to.
It's already posted.
Misty and Chad, mom and dad. I hope it's their turn. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So if you like pitching, today was phenomenal. You like offense, we may be in for something here. We are now tied for the most combined runs in the first inning of an NCAA tournament game this year. Biggers in Florida State also in the Supers match the 7 runs we have on the board. High chopper hustling over to first and getting there in time to make the out. Well, we saw what that middle infield can do, but nobody's catching this one. Exit stage right. JJ goes yard just over the glove, and it's 4-3. The NCAA Men's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? As we watch highlights, Gage Wood closed out the 3rd no-hitter in Men's College World Series history. It was as dominant a performance, dominant perhaps more than any Paul Skeen start, as great as he was. I'm not sure if he had a chance to watch that today, but my goodness, if you like power pitching, and we all love watching Skeens throw, what Gage Wood featured today was 97 and a nasty curveball, and that was it. But nobody could come close to that fastball.
So we saw this with Kate Horton a couple years ago for Oklahoma. He came in here and probably made himself $1.5 million.
Absolutely right.
Gage Wood made himself some money today.
Yes. What's in your wallet? Exactly.
More.
So now Ianson will go back on the bump with a lead, and he will get 8-9 and 1 for the UCLA Bruins. This is Cash Duggar, 275 hitter. And maybe Ianson breathes a little easier. Oh my goodness, another one on the ground. This time Dickinson makes the play. Literally the way the game started, on a ball he couldn't get to and make a play. This time he can.
And he shows his range again, but most importantly also shows the arm strength right there in the accuracy to first, making a difficult play look very easy.
Kyle, so you think the first thought from Ianson on that ball bouncing over his head was again?
Yeah, I mean, at some point the baseball luck swings back around, you know, especially when you have a defense like they do. And usually when you hit it to Dickinson, he's going to pick it up and throw it to first.
Fellow second baseman, California guy through and through, Phoenix Call. He's having a very, very nice tournament, hitting .474 with some web gem type plays in the field. Just underway, night game here. Second inning, 4-3 LSU, and that's a hit batter. And we have had a lot of hit batters first couple of days at the College World Series.
UCLA is not afraid to take it. That's part of the offense. That's 136th time that UCLA has been hit by a pitch this year. 16th time the call has been hit.
Another one of our teams were hit, what, 170 times?
170. One was taken away today. That's right.
Shauna Clears 170 times hit by pitch.
They work on it. Coastal Carolina.
Here's West, who singled on the ground his first time up. They'll check call. Just a couple of stolen bases this season.
The Shants are making sure everybody knows how to pronounce their name.
Oh yeah, Kevin Schnall's running around making sure it's Shant to Clears, C-L-E-E-R-S. Don't mess it up. There's a great bunt heading the other way. Ianson picks it up, fires a good one there, and he gets West, who moves the base runner to second. Good play by the pitcher, KP, because he's fallen off the ground towards first, and that bunt was to third.
He's athletic. He kind of took a chance there too, went down and barehanded that, and I felt like UCLA was going to try to push Reeves and make him field over at third base. Braswell has had a lot more experience at third base this year, and I think that was the intent right there. Just didn't bunt it hard enough, and ultimately Ianson cut it off. It's a pretty good two-seam sinker over there too. That's not easy to handle for Jared Jones.
First base open, Chalowski up, still looking for his first extra base hit of the tournament.
Inside.
He's going to have to find that one, the slider. The slider has not looked as sharp as it usually does from Ianson so far, and it's definitely findable, but it will determine how deep he can go into this game.
You seeing anything, Eddie, in this much talked about superstar player with the swing?
A lot of success early on in the season, and during the season came in the first 3 pitches of his at-bat. Teams know that he's aggressive early, so they're starting to throw a lot of wrinkles and just throwing pitches where he thinks it's a fastball and it's not.
Yep.
Yeah, right there. That's the in-between swing you see a lot.
And it's about trusting his hands and most importantly his eyes. Can't be afraid to get jammed. Right now he is out in front of everything. Instead of staying back, recognizing the pitch, he's chasing out of the zone.
Yeah, Ianson got him. He swung and missed, and Chalowski didn't look comfortable. Ianson throws a 0 up in the second.
I was looking to find that slider. He just found it right there. 2 straight curveballs to get to 2 strikes, and then finishes him off with 87 miles an hour. Watch the late break on this thing. Strikes out one of the best hitters in the country. Throws up a scoreless frame after LSU takes the lead.
Back with Eduardo Perez, Kyle Peterson, and Chris Button. Both these teams won their first games. And right now, LSU's got a 1-run lead over the UCLA Bruins. UCLA 48-16, 27-1 when they score first, which they did 3 times, 27-1, and 5-0 in the NCAA tournament when scoring first. Big inning for Landon Stump as the UCLA Bruins bullpen starts to loosen up.
Would not be surprised if Stump just sees 2 more hitters. Double barreling with lefties in the bullpen.
Yeah, needed it. 2 balls and a strike. You get a scouting report on Stump from Savage. He's got all the weapons. It's just not been there consistently all year. 2-2. But he says when you compare him to other Sunday starters, we feel like we actually have an edge every time that he's on the mound. And Dickinson into the bat, slow roller. Chalowski, woo, showing off. Let's just show off a little bit.
So I can do that too. I can go deep in the hole, spin around, throw a dart, and then when I've got to come get it, yeah, I can do that as well. Off the end of the bat. What a great route, too.
Goodness.
Dickinson is a decent runner, and he just threw him out by 2 steps on a ball off the bat that looks like it was going to be an infield single.
That's so good. That's Patrick Mahomes stuff as a quarterback. 3 plays made by Chalowski, all of which are highlight worthy.
He's shown his range, he's shown his arm strength, and he's shown his accuracy. It's one of the big reasons why he's so highly touted on that side of the ball.
Yeah, we just haven't seen the offense. It's there all year, but not yet. Little slider in there for a strike. 0-2 to the 9-hole hitter Chris Stanfield. That's Kevin and Lynn. Mom and Dad to Chris. 308 on the season. 1 homer, 29 RBIs. The center fielder
Outside.
will not offer.
Jay Johnson raves about this kid. Transfer from Auburn. Has really been a leader since the minute he stepped in. Solidifies him up the middle.
This ball towards the line and right. Salgado's going to chase all the way to the wall. Watch out. Slammed into the wall. Let's hope he's okay. The ball comes back, so you know he didn't catch it. But, man, he went aggressively into the wall and right.
Yeah, the ball slicing towards the wall, and this is the dangers. Fortunately for him, he braced for impact.
It's kind of 2 different stadiums when it comes to foul territory. I mean, until you get within maybe 50 feet of the outfield walls, it's massive.
Yep.
Where you can steal outs, but then you've got maybe 6-8 feet at most down the lines the minute it pinches all the way in.
Stanfield. Foul ball. UCLA and LSU built differently, KP. UCLA doesn't really use the portal at all very much. LSU has Stanfield, Dickinson, Hernandez.
And just in their starting lineup.
As Jay points out, you know, when you go in there, you better make sure you're you're gonna succeed with who you have, and these 3 guys have been impactful. And this one on the line to center, Brennan right there for the second out. The Men's College World Series continues to roll here. We will be in Omaha, Nebraska. The action will culminate with the final series, which starts Saturday. If you want more information, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. The greatest show on dirt has only grown in popularity over the years. The players have gotten better. The COVID year extended the careers of many. NIL money will keep many in school. The product is as good as it's ever been. Strike 1 to Curiel, the leadoff hitter, who grounded out to Cholowski to lead things off.
Just a couple nights ago against Arkansas, Zach Root, the left-hander, started, and Curiel hit 6th in that lineup and had some unbelievably patient at-bats. It's one thing that the freshman has shown up with the ability to do is recognize strikes from balls.
On the ground, a second. Phoenix with the call to make the play. LSU bounces back. They get a 4-3 lead. We're through 2 innings. We'll talk with Jay Johnson, the head man and a national champion, when we return.
Welcome back to the NCAA Men's College World Series presented by Capital One. Joined with Jay Johnson. You had a mound visit with Anthony Ianson in the first. What was the message to him?
Just settle him down a little bit. He typically gets better as he goes. It was good to keep that at a 3 right there, leave a runner in scoring position, and then pick up a 0 after we scored 4.
How'd you see the stuff improve into the second from him?
I just thought his tempo was a little bit better. He got ahead and did what he does. I'm not concerned about it. He usually gets better as the game goes along.
You took Jared out yesterday to go work with the slider machine after the 5 strikeouts. What was your response when you saw him put that one over the wall?
Big smile.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
How about Jay Johnson's evolution as a coach and a comfort level in Omaha, even by his own admission? And he encouraged his players, hey, enjoy the whole thing.
He openly admitted it today.
Yep.
In the first year when he was here with Arizona, it's understandable. It happens to a lot of coaches that come here the first year. Our time with him in the morning was a little bit different. There were shorter answers, and now, I mean, it helps when you've got a ring in Baton Rouge. Understands the experience and appreciates the experience a little bit more.
Who's going to get it? The left fielder right there is Curiel in foul ground, and 1 pitch, 1 out to sit Lavu down.
Crazy as it seems, but every year it just gets a lot easier for him. That means he's coming here a lot, and it's a goal. And even though he is, yes, head coaching for another national championship, he's got a lot of kids that also want to go to that program because of him.
Yeah, and the portal, of course, is a story in all of sports. But with regards to this game, there was a couple of Bruins, that he ended up taking away from UCLA. And he said, if I didn't do it, A&M would do it, or X school would do the same thing. But it certainly makes for a little bit of discomfort between he and Savage, and they have a whole bunch of respect for each other.
Ball just down.
2 balls and no strikes to Roman Martin. A.J. Salgado will bat after that. That's a good pitch. How dominant have Anderson, who started game 1, and Ianson been? LSU has won 11 straight games that those 2 have started. There's Cade, who was outstanding in game 1, and a game in which Zach Root didn't get out of the 2nd inning. 3-2. Make no mistake, the SEC and the environments they play in, as different as this is, you are prepared to play in front of a lot of people. Occasionally hostile, probably a lot less than this environment is. But Ianson is tested. That ball is smoked to right field, and on a line, Brown is there to make the play. That was hit hard.
You look at the two at-bats that Martin has had against Ianson, and you can say that they're the best two at-bats out there. The double to left, and then right there, the line drive to right field, using both sides of the field, seeing the ball really well.
Still a light breeze blowing in from center. This is a guy that certainly has power, the veteran Salgado. 1 for 3 with a couple of RBIs and a double in that game against Murray State. Good pitch, straight over the top, 86 miles an hour. What do you make of the experience Murray State had here and who they ran into, but just sort of the exposure to this type of college baseball? Having your name out there is another huge aspect. Got to get over there quick, and they do in an effort to get Salgado. Jared Jones ranged far off of first, but they're celebrating. LSU coming off the field. Bottom 3 coming up when we come back to Omaha. No, I know you'd like them all, but if you had your choice.
Go Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
All right. There is a Pop-Tart strawberry as well.
Out.
I'm so happy you asked him and not me.
Well, I know you check a lot of those boxes.
Yes, I do.
Caramel Frosty. Sign me up for Ethan Fry for the first time. That look over the wall there indicated some dark clouds, which is never good in Omaha. Collectively get everybody in here to kind of blow. We can maybe keep them away for a while longer.
But it's been good for the visibility of the hitters. Usually the first couple innings, it's tough to be able to see with the shadows when there are no clouds. Hopefully they just stay away a little bit north of here.
Let's see, Stump settled in a 1-2-3 inning last inning, and Fry is forced to reach out and stay alive on a 1-2 81 mile an hour slider. More and more the drumbeat of the 0-0 pitch, the 1-1 pitch, how important it is to command the strike zone and work from ahead.
He's done that. I mean,
100%.
It's just LSU made it pay, but he hasn't walked anybody yet. And if you're John Savage, you'll trade that. Like, force them to beat us, but you're facing pretty talented offense in the Tigers.
Fry had 13 homers during the regular season, and he fouls off a slider. Now, and this is the big difference between a guy like Wood today and most others. The ability, when you have 2 strikes, to put a hitter away. And you do that with 97. You do that with a ridiculous curveball. When you don't have that, you find yourself in a growing pitch count because of foul balls and having to live off the plate instead of in the zone. I think it was Berkey who made the point today. How many swings and misses in the zone?
Which is rare. It's not easy to do, but that becomes real stuff if you can get it.
Outside.
I mean, here's the difference. Stump has struck out 62 on the year coming in. Ianson 142. That's 80 more balls that have not been put in play when Ianson is out there. That is a big deal.
Yeah, so he had him. He had 2 strikes. He ends up losing the battle and never really came back into the strike zone. Leadoff walk to Ethan Fry. So far, Savage showing a little patience. And now the 3-hole hitter, Stephen Milam. Outfield straight away. Plenty of room down that left field line. If he's able to go the other way with it, could run for a while.
Milam better this year against right-handers than lefties. Switch hitter already has one down the line, 1 for 1 in this game.
LSU 3-2 all-time against UCLA. 5 of the 6 games have been in the NCAA tournament.
All right, Rav, you got another week here. I'm expecting this out of you. Go mix it up. 2 different colors on the laces. Think we can pull that off?
100%.
I'll go get them. If you'll wear them, I'll get them.
That's so.
You'll have them tomorrow.
I'll do. Is that like a challenge? I mean, why would I not do
them up
that?
for him?
Yeah.
An invitation is all it is.
I'm in on that.
It's a gift.
Got the color combo picked out yet or no? Because you got to be careful here. You can't go purple and gold.
Kind of see what speaks to me in the moment. I don't know yet. I mean, do you want me to ask permission?
Right now, just straight black.
No, I'm aware. I mean, and that's why we need to make a change. So we'll go searching tomorrow. How about I give you a few options?
Deal.
You just need one lace and just cut it in half. These are small feet.
Okay, now why are we doing that?
Just one.
Yeah.
We can make a trade.
good.
I got some hot pink
Economical.
ones back at the hotel,
It's a
Ravi.
big size 7 right here. 7 and a hook.
That's close. That'll save me some money. I can go to the kids section and get laces and get a few more.
It wouldn't be the first time Ravitch shopped in the kids section.
Now those shoes were designed by a local guy in Baton Rouge, so good for him.
Savage has seen enough. Stump is out. We will take a timeout, discuss lace colors and a lot more. Bruins trying to keep this thing close. There are 2 on. Both is coming in. As we got a new pitcher on the mound, and this will be Grotus with Landon Stump watching and leaving a couple aboard.
Yeah, right after we had talked about the control had been fine, he walked the next 2, and ultimately that's why Stump is out right now. So they go to left-hander Grotus. Has had really good success with the breaking ball against left-handers this year. You can see the strikeouts, so not incredibly high. Again, just 28 strikeouts in 31 innings.
Well, he'll get Brown the lefty and trying to keep this thing right where it's at. He squares. That's way outside. Ball 1. Hey, KP, it does feel a little bit more like the bunt has returned, the ability of the player to bunt. Certainly West Coast baseball, you've seen that a lot, and the Bruins in particular. That one gets a piece of the corner for a strike. A whole bunch of executed bunts early in this College World Series.
I mean, LSU has 30 of them on a year. That's not a small number, especially for LSU.
Brown's got 3 of them, and he can't get that one down.
And you look at the matchup right now, 1-2, most likely now swing away, but left on left, you have that with 2 righties coming behind, especially big Jared Jones, who already went deep in this one.
One and 2. It feels like a big pitch for Grotus and a big batter to get out.
Yep.
And he's gone.
Jared Jones coming up after that last AB with the 3-run home run. We mentioned his last game had the 5 strikeouts. This is video from yesterday of Coach Johnson and Jared working on the field together. And how about the tweet from former LSU Tiger Cade Beloso, best coach in the country for a reason. No one cares more than number 2. I always find it fascinating talking with Jay of how he tweaks the lineup every day. He mentioned that he moved Jones down a couple spots, hoping to not take some of that pressure off of him yesterday, and whatever they did certainly worked.
For sure, and it was his choice. He had options to go elsewhere, play elsewhere, leave college, and he wanted to come back. And again, it had to do with getting back here. And Jared Jones delivers in the biggest way possible for the 6'4" giant at the plate with a 3-run home run to right center. Chance to make this a magical night with one swing.
Oh.
That's off.
To Chris's point about not being able to afraid to tweak a lineup, they played 2 days ago. There's only one guy in the same spot in the lineup today that was 2 days ago, and that's Ethan Fry. Everybody else has been moved around.
Well, you have to also then get a lot of buy-in from players, because players will tell you they're creatures of habit and routine, and to be moved around when you have the credibility of a championship coach, there's a lot more buy-in. So sure, I can do that. I don't need to hit second every day or third every day.
I think the way the game is, not only at the collegiate level, you look at the professional level as well, you see a lot of line that's being changed to benefit the player themselves for the matchups. 2 days ago against Arkansas, it was against the lefty.
7 runs in the first. Just missed. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
He's geared up for the number 1. We're going to find out right here where Grotus decides to throw.
Jones hit his 21st home run of the season in the first. Big 3-2 pitch with 1 out. He got him a nice pitch, 89 down in the zone, and Jared Jones is gone.
All right, so Jared Jones goes deep against a right-hander the first time. Now facing a lefty. Gets ahead off speed. Fastball just misses off the plate, so we're back to 1-1. Wasn't afraid to throw that fastball. Changeup misses to make it 2-2. Changeup off, and then fastball that maybe surprised Jones a little bit. I think he expected changeup in that spot. Grotus surprised him with a fastball down for the strikeout.
2 outs for Luis Hernandez, the catcher. They rave about what he does behind the plate, commanding the staff. He's hit really well in the tournament. And over 400 average for a guy that hit 272 during the regular season. He got 2 homers in the tournament, hit only 9 during the regular season. This ball beaten up the middle. It's going to get through. Fry's going to touch third. Hernandez delivers a clutch RBI single on the ground, and LSU's lead grows to 2. It's 5-3.
That's huge right there for Hernandez with 2 outs. To be able to bring an extra run here in the bottom of the 3rd inning from second base, just put it in play. Grotus keeping the ball down, Hernandez going down and getting it. They talk about his leadership behind this high skill level, but right there being able to put bat to ball coming from Indiana State to LSU, giving them an extra run.
He did that in the regional too. He had 2 giant home runs when they needed him, 2 against Little Rock, and ultimately that was enough to get LSU through that. They talk defense and leadership first, but the offense has been outstanding in the postseason for Hernandez.
John Pearson's going to bat for Tanner Reeves, and that first pitch too far inside.
So they'll hit Pearson here, and Braswell will probably go to third. We talked to Jay Johnson about this. If UCLA went left, then that would put some things in motion at third base.
Two balls, no strikes. The lockdown bullpen has been so reliable for the Bruins. Gave up some hits in that first game as Oregon State tried to chip away, and they got within 6-4. Here they add a run against the reliever Grotus. Big swing from Pearson. Luxury of the depth that Johnson affords himself. 7 homers, 7 doubles, 33 runs batted in for John Pearson on a 2-1. And they will back pick, and easily getting back is Milam. So Wyland Moss, and this is where it gets real interesting, would likely be their starter in the next game. They're hoping their next game is in the winner's bracket, not coming out of the loser's side. Big lead, almost halfway. They had him, and they throw it. They got him. When Milam was dancing, he felt like he was almost halfway to third base. And in an effort to get back, the Bruins feel like they got him. There was a little hesitation from Grotus, otherwise he was dead to rights.
Yeah, but look at the extension of the lead before they pick. I mean, it was two. It was almost like a secondary lead before the pitch was thrown.
LSU is challenging the call at second. The previous call is under review.
Goes to the back part of the bag, and he's in there.
He's definitely safe. Yeah.
It's a great slide, though.
It was. It was funny, the body language of Jay Johnson, because Stephen Milam stood up and immediately went to his ears like, hey, I want to check it. And Johnson, it was that without saying it look of, you better be right. I don't want to waste one here with 2 outs, so you better be right. In this case, it looks like he was.
And they just showed it up here on the scoreboard, and you see all the UCLA Bruin outfielders. They're like, okay, we might as well go take our positions.
Yeah. You have the primary lead, then the secondary lead. He had taken whatever the next lead is. Grotus looked like he double pumped. And that allowed Milam to get back.
After review, the call at second will be overturned. The runner is safe. LSU retains their challenges. They have 2 challenges left.
So watch this, okay? Lead fairly normal. 1, 2. Then he gets caught all the way out and spins his wheels just a little bit. That was a heck of a job just to get back. I mean, if the move to second base is a little bit quicker, Milam is out.
Yeah. Pinch hitter Pearson looks at a 2-1 pitch. Milam's lead a lot less than it was the last time. And he bangs one in there to even it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he's gone. Off-speed pitch, got him. And that is out number 3. Good job by Grotus to take care of the pinch hitter. But the mantra for Luis Hernandez: see ball, hit ball, and hit it hard. He delivered an RBI. We'll talk with John Savage, the head coach of the Bruins, on the other side here in Omaha. All right, LSU's got a 5-3 lead, and the bottom line there is not a good one. You can see in the top of the 4th, we have gone into a weather delay. We showed you those dark clouds earlier. They're behind us here as we sit looking out at home plate. And they're not only dark, they kind of look a little ugly and kind of nasty too. And it doesn't necessarily look like it's one of those quick movers. So we'll have to see. But with regards to the game on the field, as you see the message on the scoreboard to the fans in the stands that are going to start clearing their way. Just a reminder to what's at stake between these two, KB. The winner will move to the Bracket 2 final tomorrow night. If you lose this game in the double elimination format, you're right back here tonight. And one of the 2 teams tonight will end up having their College World Series dreams dashed.
Yeah, Ravi, it shows the importance of this game. I might know all these sports, but LSU knows about the rain. They've had 17 games affected by weather so far this season. Jay Johnson met with the team this morning, and he posed to them this question: what if I had told you back in the fall you get to play a 10 a.m. game to secure your spot in the CWS semifinals? What would you say? The obvious answer to that is let's go. He said the difference in today of who wins this ball game, who brings the energy the most.
Yeah, and he cited 2016 when Coastal had a chance to bring Beckwith back and the advantage it ultimately gave them. Look, they play a lot of baseball. They play 3 games in 3 days all the time, and they're young enough to deal with it. But this is unique for the pitchers for sure.
Yeah, it is, and it becomes a determining factor is who do you go to first. Well, they're going to guys first that have made a lot of starts this year. Casey Evans, not as many starts, but his last major outing in the regionals, he went 6 innings, he struck out 12, so he can give you length.
This is the batting order for the Bruins as it stands. You saw right there Casey Evans get a hug from Michael Braswell, who with a pinch hit yesterday ended up being inserted defensively. Well, now he is the third baseman. UCLA will occasionally try to bunt to get on. Braswell is phenomenal, and Kason Evans was one of the best two-way kids coming out of high school as a former shortstop. So we are set to start. Peyton Brennan underway just after 10 a.m. here in Omaha, and Evans' first pitch misses outside. Brennan has been as good a hitter as we've had during the NCAA tournament. Over 500, strike number 1. KP talked about length from Evans against Arkansas Little Rock on June 2nd. He threw 109 pitches. So remember, we're in the 4th inning of this game. He could give them the length they need to get through it. Missed on the inside, and the appeal says no swing. You can see the sun is shining. That's a welcome sight after what we all dealt with last night.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a swing, and a good job by Evans to battle back. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's that split change. You're going to see it against left-handers a lot from Evans. He's going to show you 95, 96, could bump a little bit more today, but that is his best swing and miss pitch against left-handers. He started with 3 out of 4 so far.
Both teams very strong defensively up the middle on the ground. This one is to the shortstop, fielded well, and Milam's throw over is in time. They'll get the cobwebs out. Ball hit right to you. Just got on the field, and he handled it well. Well, John Savage has seen just about everything in 21 years as UCLA head coach. He also has seen a championship. He knows what it takes. He's used to having big-time starting pitching. This current team has been built really from the back forward. It is about its bullpen. Not sure that's an advantage, but it's certainly a comfort zone for him, knowing I'm going to use some arms. And if we win, I get a day off, but if not, I got to use all those arms tonight.
His entire offensive lineup, except one player, they're all sophomores. And a lot of them went through the failures last year. They've grown up a lot. They've grown up together. They've had a lot of adversity. And now they're here in the College World Series.
So Blake Balt's behind 1-0. 0-1, I should say. Now 0-2. Kyle, the other numbers on Evans: 48 innings, 66 strikeouts, just 19 walks.
He's the next one for LSU. I mean, he's the guy that pushes into the weekend next year. He's been a few different roles, but really came into his own in the regional. 6 innings, 12 strikeouts against Little Rock when they needed him.
Outside.
Just missed. Good pitch there, 0-2.
He wanted it, but it sets up for that split change that you were talking about. It's really good against lefties. Lefties this year have struggled against Evans. 179 coming in. Went with the breaking pitch.
At 84 miles an hour, Tigers fans go everywhere. It doesn't matter the hour, they'll come out. So in the background, you can hear some LSU chants. And they have some guys that are in the pen, if necessary, who can throw as hard as any in the country. Mid to upper 90s. Evans ready, second batter he sees today after getting a ground ball out on a 1-2. That's strike 3. He went off speed. 2 up, 2 down for Kason Evans.
It took a little more off that too at 81. The sliders up to that point have been 86. That one more top to bottom at 81 miles an hour. So you got to dial up for 95, 96. Up in the zone. Looks like it starts there, then bottoms out at home plate. Evans has the good stuff early.
Now here comes Cash Duggar, who is a lefty. You see what he's done against lefties. Nearly 100-point difference as far as batting average. And they have a stacked lineup with lefties, does UCLA.
As a hitter, he throws you off because of how he stands on the mound. He is quick to deliver. So if you have a leg kick, if your timing is going to be off. First time facing Evans, to be able as a hitter to get out in front, especially with that split change in the curveball and the combination of his velocity, tough to time.
2-0 to the UCLA catcher. That's going to find the grass in left field. He goes the other way on a fastball at 95 for the first hit of today. now we get to the 9-hole hitter. Phoenix call. That brings Braswell at third base in even with the bag. They'd like to turn it over to the top, get Dean West up, and then Rock Chalowski. But we have 2 down. And again, the top of the 4th inning, if you're just flipping on and wondering, is this a live game? It is, after a rain suspension last night and subsequent calling of it. Bring us all back here this morning. Fastball letter high to a California kid who has improved dramatically on defense early this season. Had a whole bunch of errors, but he has tightened it up. And that defense on the UCLA side is good as any up the middle with their college leading Division I double plays. Ahead 0-2. Good postseason, over 450 batting average for Call, and he's able to foul one off up near the eyes.
Pretty good combination when you can throw your curveball 81, 84, the change, and then throw 96 up at the letters.
Top of the zone too, and that Evans fastball, when it's right, has very good carry.
Took something off. We saw as good a carry fastball as we maybe have seen ever. In Omaha yesterday with Gage Wood, who lived in the 97-mile-an-hour area, and the ball seemingly rose every time out of his hand.
Yeah, that's as good as we've ever seen here for 9 innings, and that's saying something, because just a few years ago Skeens was on this mound and we were maybe saying the same thing.
He got him, and a very, very good start from Kason Evans. We saw the fastball, and now we have seen the off-speed.
I'd say the kid's comfy on the stage early. Got an inning in game 1, so has been on this mound. Now comes out and strikes out a few Bruins to get things started. Things started in the 4th inning, though, as we move on. The Tigers lead at 5-3.
Fun. That's what this event is all about. The Men's College World Series in Omaha. Start with over 300 teams competing in the fall, and then over the course of the season you end up going through a variety of different tournaments and finally end up here with 8 teams at the College World Series. LSU, a champion not too long ago. That is their batting order, and they're going to face a guy who doesn't necessarily throw it 98 miles an hour, but he's been able to have success. The freshman Wylan Moss out of Tustin.
He's been one of their most consistent over the course of the year, and it's an even split between starts and times he's come out of the bullpen. For Moss, the fastball is going to be around 90 miles an hour. The key is a changeup, and he'll throw it a bunch to righties and lefties, and whether LSU can force that changeup up and into the zone. For Moss, when he's best, it's that changeup that starts at the bottom part of the plate, finishes down and out of the zone, and he gets a bunch of swing and miss right over the top.
Tigers beat Arkansas 4-1 on Saturday. They had a 3-run second inning, and one of the key hits was a bunt by this guy, Daniel Dickinson, to keep that inning rolling. If he can get it past the pitcher, that shortstop Chalowski has got 2 feet on the grass out there if he's inclined to do that, but the leadoff hitter today looks at ball 1 down. 80-mile-an-hour changeup. Modern day high school. 49 strikeouts, 15 walks, only a homer. He'll throw that fastball. It won't be hard, and that changeup. And the 1-0 to Dickinson. That's in there. Morning, everybody. Are we going Pez early today to get things rolling?
Sugar it up. Sugar it up. It's a long day. There'll be a lot of highs and lows. That's the pitch right there that he's going to have to land early for strikes in order to get to Chase late. It's a good one.
These guys are so used to seeing big time velocity. We talked all about and will continue to what Wood did yesterday. 81-mile-an-hour changeup. He's out in front of that one, and Roman Martin throws him out.
And it's the discipline you have to have as a hitter when you face a guy like this. It's not overpowering. It's 90 miles per hour. Once he can land that changeup for a strike, he's going to try to get you to do this. Chase out of the zone, taunt you. It looks like a strike. Next thing you know, it induces soft contact. Let that athletic infield work for you.
The center fielder is Chris Stanfield, and his coach Jay Johnson just raves about everything this kid brings to the table. 91 miles an hour in there to get ahead 0-1. Tigers took a couple of UCLA studs out of the portal a couple years ago. They are not afraid to dive into that pool. UCLA does it the other way as that one misses off. Got basically a homegrown team. So many kids from the West Coast who love just playing close to home. Moss being one of them.
Moss is right, and early the changeup looks like it's right. For right-handers, the left side of the infield is going to be really busy because that changeup is pouring down and in on him, and with that late sink, when he's got it going, right-handers are going to beat it in the ground.
Oh. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Into this game, Stanfield during the tournament had seen 7 changeups, and he's had some success against them. He went fastball, and he popped it up.
I think 2 for right-handers today for LSU. You got to force Moss to use the outside part of the plate. The run on the fastball and the run on the changeup, everything is going to come back into the right-hander. And usually with that shape on the ball, right-handers prefer the arm side of the plate. See if LSU's trying to force him back off the plate a little bit, force him to go glove side more.
Oh, no. Good foul.
It's a great take.
Yes.
It's a great pitch and even a better take right there.
Mom and Dad checking out their son at the plate, cheering him on. This is the number 9 hitter in the order. Eric Curiel will bat next. He is the leadoff man and a difficult guy to get out. Big out here. Big pitch on a 3-2. Chalowski's the shortstop, and he's got a golden gun, and he throws him out.
That right there is his 4th opportunity in this game. Started last night in this game to be able to make plays. He's made plays to his left, to his right, and right there with enough time, showing off one of the best assets he has, his arm as well.
He'll likely be the number 1 pick in the draft next year. Not this year, but next year. And really is the leader of this team, both on the field and off the field. This team won 19 games last year. They were not a good defensive team. He single-handedly, according to the staff, turned the defense around.
And Rock talks a lot about last year. They just lacked any sort of chemistry. So in the fall, they did a lot of things together. They would have bonfires. He had them over to their house. They would have pickleball tournaments because he just felt like this group had so many new faces last year and really just didn't have a chance to build that chemistry.
So does that mean he has pickleball courts at his house?
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, because I could.
Uh-oh. You can't invite yourself.
You can't?
No.
No.
Can you maybe
It's
mention
not the
it
way
to
this
them?
works.
Can you mention it to drop a little hint? I'm all about team building. I'm into that. And that's going to find a grass. Good job for one of the most difficult guys to get out. Uriel is on. That's his first hit. He was 0 for 2 yesterday before the rain, and he reaches with a single.
Uriel uses the middle of the field so well. This pitch is way outside, and he gets great coverage because of his approach. He understands the changeup is part of Moss's game. I'm going to give you the inside part of the plate, but yes, I will expand and I'll drive it the other way.
A little Stephen Kwan in him, it looks like, and his coach, who'd been recruiting him since he was a coach at Arizona, talked about Ichiro Suzuki. There's a little bit of that with that swing and hit. Look at Bo getting some run here. That's Curiel's dog. Bo.
Bo's living a good life.
Wow. Bo travels.
And he did not go with B-E-A-U-X. It's just B-O. Short for Bo. Maybe after Bo Jackson.
He wasn't at LSU yet.
That's fair. Leave the option open.
They have to go down to the courthouse and change the name now.
Bo's got a good seat. I'm not sure he can see all that's going on, but he knows the sound of a good hit. That's what his guy just delivered. He takes the lead off of first. And you got to see a lot of awkward swings similar to that. The longer and more you're exposed to him, will the swings become more comfortable, or is that an adjustment that you have to make, and how hard is it?
It will, because you'll see, one, what's working for him, and then you want to see if the players will be making adjustments in the box. Will they be moving up or back, or will they be sitting on a particular pitch? But you have to force Moss up in the zone. You start chasing that changeup down, you're going to start beating it on the ground. Right into UCLA's strength, their defense on the infield.
Curiel's lead grows a little bit. Didn't have a ton of steals during the regular season. Not going here.
Inside.
Too far in. Began the day in the top of the fourth. LSU already with a 2-run lead. The winner will get the rest of the day off and play tomorrow. The loser will come back tonight. Another one missing inside. But now you bring up a very dangerous number 3 hitter with 2 on. Two really good shortstops on the field today. In Chalosky, who we've talked about, and this kid right here, Stephen Milam. He's not made a whole bunch of errors. He's from New Mexico.
Oh, no. I forgot the shoelaces.
Now, that can come later.
Turnaround time was too quick.
Still the same game. Still the same game.
Okay.
That's for game 2. But I did not forget.
And it's just a shoelace.
And I know
Cut it in
KB
half.
has not forgotten. Plenty of time. KB, plenty of time. Of course, one of the great players ever to play at LSU, Alex Bregman, was from New Mexico as well, which is Milam's home. So there is a connection there. And the improvement that you're looking at from Milam as John Savage goes out to talk to his pitcher is his pitch selection. The way he is swinging and what he is swinging at. Gabe Gackel pitched in that game that they won over Arkansas. Gackel was unbelievable, but Milam had a couple of hits off him. As Cal Randall, the big righty, starts to warm. That is the story. 13 different guys have made 17 or more appearances. And we talked about the urgency at the top of this game. And when you're down by 2 already, you dig a further hole.
Well, having a conversation with Stephen Milam when first the College World Series started, he's talked about his struggles offensively. The guy that gets him back is his dad. They'll go back into the cage, they'll work, they'll stay tirelessly because he knows his swing better than anyone. His dad, Stephen.
There he is. This was an 8th hole hitter and now moved up obviously in the order because of those decisions. Had a big chance here early to get more on the board. Finds the corner with a changeup away.
Remember Curiel's approach the other way. See that ball tailing, a lot of horizontal run. See how Milam also approaches Moss on the mound.
And the shortstop Chalowski is up nearly behind second base, so the lone wolf over there is Roman Martin on the left side. This one is up and in to the center fielder who's got it. Curiel's coming in. The throw comes into second, and an RBI for Milam. They get it done with 2 outs, and now lead it 6-3.
So, Eddie, that is the spot that Moss doesn't want to pitch, and that's glove side. And Milam kind of talked him into it in that one. Got a changeup, which is Moss's best pitch, but location is the difference, and just put it in the spot that Milam can do damage.
Most of his changeups were 17 to 20 inch of horizontal break. This one was just 15. It just stayed up. Didn't have much run. That man right there is able to pad the lead for LSU.
Jake Brown had a homer to dead central in a super regional. Jared Jones on deck. 2 outs. Trying to keep it right here. 6-3 is Moss. Starts him off with a fastball. 0-1. He got ahead of Milam. Couldn't finish him. A single and an RBI makes it 6-3 in favor of the Tigers. That ball hooked, and it is down in front of and off. Salgado in right. Fry is into third base. Standing up is Milam in the middle of the order. Has done it for LSU. Brown delivers with 2 outs. It's 7-3.
Coming into this game, the OPS against the changeup against left-handers was below 100. That is unheard of. So far, LSU has 3 hits from left-handers off that same very pitch, and here's another one. Elevated in a spot that Brown can go get it. This Tiger offense woke up ready to go.
Jay Johnson said to me they met last night for a while, went over a bunch of different scenarios, not only with regards to the schedule and the rain, but how they would approach their pitching and some of the things to look for if UCLA decided to throw certain guys. Well, they have made one of those decisions. Wyland Moss exiting. He's out of this game, and with 2 outs, new pitcher coming in, the big righty. Cal Randall trying to stop what has been an LSU early onslaught.
So Cal Randall on. Stuff is similar as far as usage. It's not as far as velocity. This fastball is going to be in the mid-90s. But yet the changeup is what Randall will go to a lot as well. Both against right-handers and left-handers. Has not given up too many hits this year. Has been outstanding against right-handed hitters. And he gets to start with one that's done a little damage, gentlemen, in this game, but yesterday. 3-run shot for Jared Jones in the first changed his game right away.
Sure did. Just over the outreach of Jared's A.J. Salgado, as Jones had been 0 for 5 with 5 Ks in his prior game. He needed all of the 387 feet. Top of the order has done all the damage for LSU in this game, both yesterday and today. 3 defenders on the left side of the infield.
Kid Dillon, who was about in his 20s, is the one that caught Bear's home run ball. He then went out and sought out his parents, gave Jared Jones' dad the home run ball. Dad was so emotional, gave him a huge hug, then went on to find Mom. Mom said, "What can I get you from the concession stand?" as a trade-off.
That's a smart mom. That's a mom who knows the way into a kid's stomach and heart. Yeah, there is Mom. Right now focused. We're not worried about any of that. Two on for Jones. 2 in the inning. Three balls and no strikes. Talk about gifts. Yesterday, Gage Wood gave the ball of the no-hitter to his dad, called it a belated Father's Day gift. The greatest Father's Day gift any dad probably could receive from a baseball playing son. Swings on 3-0 and hits it on the ground, and the long throw across is made by Chalowski, and that will be the third. Green light, 3-0 jam shot, and they end up plating just a couple. But man, they did it quick. Single, walk, single, and an RBI. And LSU has done what they wanted to early. We are back with this 2025 Men's College World Series, the mural. We are here in Omaha, Nebraska. 75th year of this Men's College World Series. Incredible event hosted by what is a phenomenal city. Home to the Creighton Blue Jays. Very successful basketball program. That's an interesting one. Bruins in the heart. Grandson plays at LSU. Kind of like the Skeens shirt that Libby Dunn was wearing the other day. You know, LSU Skeens, she's there, but a Pittsburgh Pirate second half to the jersey, and she's back up early. Paul had a job to do apparently, so he was here yesterday. The rain, not sure he's still hanging. Not that she doesn't have any jobs to do, but she's here. Yesterday when they put her up on the screen, it was influencer. She's amongst the most powerful of those. Well, Evans back in the bump, and man, he's got now a 4-run cushion. He certainly can give him length. We mentioned the 109 pitches that he threw against Arkansas Little Rock. The sun is shining, and things are starting to work out the way LSU would have liked this morning. Dean West behind 0-2. He's the leadoff man for the Bruins. Oh boy.
That just tells you how filthy he is when you can get West to look like that. Tough guy to strike out. Split change.
This one's filthy too. And he gets over the top of it like that, and you start your swing, you got no chance. It is straight down. It's that and a combination of having to dial up for 95, 96, and then he showed the slider in that at bat too. So I mean, early returns on Evans is he has the good stuff today.
Just missed up. He thought he had himself a strike. One of the disparities between these two teams, and John Savage is used to having guys like, you know, Bauer and Cole and Caprilli, a whole bunch of phenomenal starters. This one is smoked, lifted to left field, but it's going to hang right up there as Curiel ranges to his left. And there are now 2 out. But consider that the pitching staff for the Bruins have 200 fewer strikeouts than LSU's pitching staff. 200.
Yeah, it's a different approach than John Savage is used to, and he just kind of forced into it based on what arms you have. They've kind of pitched this year from the back end forward, where that bullpen has been more important. But for LSU, there is a whole lot of swing and miss and a whole lot of velocity top to bottom.
So 2 quick outs here, and Mulivai Levu swings at the first one on 95. Bruins have some slug in them. Fourth, 73 on the season, second all time for a team in a super regional era from UCLA. And this guy is certainly capable of running into one. 12 homers, a very, very big number for RBI, 85 of them.
A lot of opportunity there when West and Cholowski both with a high on base percentage this season. Right hitting in front of them.
Everything looks very smooth for Evans. There's a reason for that because of his athleticism. He was ranked the 19th best high school shortstop in the country. So think about that as he's on the mound doing what he does well. The 19th best. He toed the line. Excellent job over there by Jones. Like a football receiver. If I keep my feet in bounds, then it's going to be called a touchdown. And he kept the toes in bounds.
He's playing the NFL, too. He's got 2 feet in right here. We're not going to take any chances. Feet don't matter. It's where it crosses.
Not to him, it doesn't.
Nope. In this case, it was very good form.
Shohei Ohtani appeared last night during our rain delay. We showed his complete inning of work. And then he went out and had a couple of hits, and the Dodgers won. Because why not? He's Shohei Ohtani. Just because why not?
As I can.
Gave up one and then got it back.
And yes, he was throwing 100 miles an hour as the pitching career of Ohtani continues. Back here, good hitter Luis Hernandez. Not there. Fouls one right back into the mitt. Down 1 ball, 2 strikes. You imagine doing both of the things that Shohei's doing at the level he's doing it? Great pitcher that you were.
Wasn't a great hitter. No, I mean, that's why he's the best there is.
Popped up, and that's going to get out of play right behind the dugout. When did you stop hitting? I don't mean like.
You are talking to him, right?
Yeah. Like when did you say I'm focused solely on the arm?
I stopped hitting.
And don't say when I was 6. I never.
I think I was 7, but yeah, I hit a little bit in high school. That was enough.
What was your other position? This guy can play short with the best of them as he married that ball right into that mitt. What was your other position?
I played a little third, but I couldn't do this.
Okay.
This is we were talking about arm angles for Chalowski.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so comfortable in his understanding of pace. Like how soon do you have to get rid of it? When do you have to let the good one go is pretty next level already.
Why are you avoiding the question about your hitting?
Because he's better.
It's not only the arm, and I'd love to go back to that play. And we'll do it. And one of the big reasons is because he has a feel. Watch his footwork right here. He reads the bounce. He takes a step back to get that hop. And then from there, the arm works from any angle.
Michael Braswell. To me, he's Pat Mahomes just playing baseball. Because of the way he has shown it through this game, yesterday and today. The number of arm angles, and Mahomes, of course, famous for his ad-lib throws. He reminds me of that. And this was a kid that was gonna consider and had an opportunity to go play quarterback at Notre Dame. That's out there for you if you want it. And his love affair with baseball is well known, well chronicled, and will only continue to be so for what appears to be a very long time. Braswell gets caught looking. Randall punches him out. And there are 2 down here in the inning. Just got a good look at Jay Johnson there. One thing, KP, all the coaches here are phenomenal. We've seen some guys that, weren't well known that are making a name for them on the national stage. Jay Johnson and Nate Yeskie, you know that they will not leave any part of the game unscouted. Their preparation is as good as any. I'm not saying it's better, but it's as good as they think about everything.
He's a maniacal recruiter too, and always has been. And the ability to go see talent. I mean, he talks about he was on Derek Curilla when he was in 7th grade.
Yeah.
That was when he was still coaching in Arizona.
7th grade. I asked him in our meeting, I said, so what, when I probably should have asked Yeskie, because we get the pitching coach in there. I asked him, I said, so where do you think you have an advantage over others? Like, how do you self-assess yourself? And maybe it is the maniacal recruiting. And in this world of NIL and kind of an open portal, that's an advantage for somebody who's as aggressive as he is and is.
Well, it's a huge advantage, and now you got a pretty good war chest behind it.
That helps.
And that helps.
2-2 to Daniel Dickinson. And boy, that was very impressive. Couple of punch outs caught looking there. Daniel Dickinson.
All right, the Bruins are going to have a chance. They're going to need Cal Randall to do this for a few more innings. Good one right there. 2 strikeouts to end it, but big hill to still climb at 7-3 Tigers.
There's the big number, and that's why today and this morning are so important. 28 of the last 34, all but 6, won the World Series championship after starting 2-0. And the Chanticleers are here, and generally when they come, they build a nest, and they don't get out of it. And a great start for Kevin Schnall, who took over for Gary Gilmore. He's been outstanding, and that is a very, very legitimate college baseball program. They're not afraid to get their feathers up either about it. Evans, really good start. 0-2, misses inside to Roman Martin. Just a freshman is Evans. Got the super off, kind of saved their bacon in the regionals. And he's one of those guys that not really sure what his role would be. Boy, that one just got over his head. It's smothered out there by Dickinson, and he makes the play. A rocket right over the head of Evans. And how about Dickinson just get his body in front of it?
How about where he's positioned? I mean, right now, if Dickinson's playing straight up, they've got no chance because this is a rocket. And that's 100 miles an hour off the bat, but shaded just to the second base side of the bag. Dickinson in the right spot. Now you know you have plenty of time, so block that thing up. Bare hand, enough time to make the throw over.
By the way, Martin is real. 3rd hard hit ball this game with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss from Salgado. But again, that does speak to the scouting. The maniacal recruiting goes into the maniacal scouting, and that guy was positioned, as you said, in ideally the right place. Freshman out of Texas on the mound. They will circle that outing he had against Little Rock as his best of the season. He probably would have started game 3 for him, but with the suspension last night, he had to come in here, and he just threw one to the backstop. But the heartbeat is slow. His veteran teammate Cade Anderson said about Evans, he's learning so much. He's just a freshman.
He's special now, but he's got a chance to be a really special weekend starter.
Ball,
No swing. And the other part of it, KP, in his case too, because they have 2 super studs at the top, it's not like you're consistently throwing the same Sunday. You're used differently. You've had periods of time where you haven't pitched in a long time.
Yeah, and it's been some starts. It's been some bullpen. They've been able to, because they have Cade Anderson and Anthony Hyacinth at the top, use them different ways. 2 hard hit balls in this inning, though. That one 111 off the bat right there on the single by Salgado.
Past the dive of Dickinson, who wasn't in exactly the right place to field that one.
Having a pitch up and in at you that hits the backstop. He tries this splitter 2 pitches later, and it just stays up. Stays up on him, and good hitters will be able to capitalize on that.
Kyle, how come a splitter stays up sometimes and other times it dives? What is that? Is that a grip? What is that?
No, grip is the same. You just don't quite finish it. When it stays up, you release it just a tick early, and it doesn't have that bite, the down movement to it. That's the one that gets hit.
Here's Peyton Brennan. He swings, beats one up the middle. It's a hard hop, fielded, and oh my goodness, he avoided Dickinson and completes the double play. It looked like Dickinson was going to set a screen for him.
Usually you're just worried about the runner. In this one, you're worried about 2 runners. Dickinson not quite sure if they're going to flip it to him or if Milam's going to take it himself. Now everybody get out of the way. Milam's going to try to finish it.
Don't forget the umpire, too.
Look at this 1, 2.
A lot of traffic.
Little kick over the top.
2 great shortstops and a terrific play.
And it looks like it will be upheld as well. That is the shortstops that we have remaining in this tournament.
Yes.
I mean, you've got Ivar Arquette,
Yep.
We're going to see later on who could be the first position player taken in the draft this year.
Eva Loy.
Vahiva Loy, who's the SEC Player of the Year. Milam, who just did a Houdini act trying to get around second base, and Rock Chalowski could be the first pick in the draft next year. That's just here right now, and they're still playing.
That's good evidence right there. That foot was still up in the air. Speaking of Loy, you see his base running the other night when he tried to make a close play at first go in his favor. His toe hit the side of the bag. Usually you stretch out, you want to hit the front of it. His toe collided with the side of it, which ultimately called him safe.
After review, the call at first base is confirmed. The runner is out. UCLA loses the challenge and they have one challenge left.
Not that there's any saving grace for Peyton Brennan, but they did hit the ball hard 3 times. Look out! Kick save and a beauty on a double play from Milam. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's not exactly close, but man, they got directs. They'll get in cars, they'll take RVs. That Saturday night showdown between Arkansas and LSU had the massive parking lot just over the left field wall here. Crowded and active early activity all day Saturday led to that Saturday night game, which ended up being an LSU showdown, and they won it 4-1. Arkansas bounced back behind Gage Wood yesterday, and they are waiting in the weeds for another game tonight. Stanfield up against Randall, who fires here. The challenge Kyle talked about, it's not waking up, it's how long they can keep Randall in and awake. So far, so good, but it doesn't have a whole bunch of long outings.
Ball, push down.
The longest appearance of the year for Randall's just an inning and 2/3. See if the stuff holds for a kid that just hasn't gone deep into games this year.
2-1.
For those at home, the velocity when he first came in was 97, held it last inning. Now the most he's touched is 95.
And that may be an indication right there, as Ian May, the lefty, is up in the Bruin bullpen. Another reminder of the challenge both of these teams face coming back off of yesterday's game. That one went off his glove. Chalowski will try, but it's no chance even Superman out there was going to make the play.
I know he should put that in his pocket, but I still wanted to see him throw it.
I agree with you.
Like, I mean, he's got no chance, but I don't really care. I'm being selfish now. I just wanted to see him throw it.
Just add it to the highlight reel, forget if it's an out or not. And good job by Stanfield here. Just hit it right back up the middle. Randall couldn't pick it. But we're just enjoying the athleticism at short.
Yeah, that's almost a mind meld up there between the three of us, because I absolutely felt the same way and almost said, you just want everybody to hit it to him just so you can see what he's able to do. Yeah. I'm talking about Rock Chalowski. There's so many stories about his vision board. KB can talk more about that. But so far in this game, it's been the top of the Tiger order, both yesterday and today, that's done the damage. And here's Curiel. Strike one. Who do you see? I got a little Stephen Kwan with the way that he holds his bat.
Yeah, the start, I can see that.
And he will go the other way, as he did with his hit in the fourth.
You don't see a lot of freshmen that go through the Southeastern Conference that walk more than they strike out their freshman year. And his pitch selection, his at-bats so far in this tournament have been so advanced. And it's not that he's hitting it off the wall every time, but he is forcing you to work every time.
They go with a pitch out, and it was a good idea. It was a good idea.
It's one of the forgotten beauties in the game, the pitch out.
Not with John Savage.
Exactly.
I can promise you that.
The old school manager. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and two. Johnson said about Curiel, if his body had matured a little bit earlier, he'd be a pro. You know, he is certainly benefited from being at LSU with all the advantages they have there, and nutrition, weight room, workout, etc. His body has changed dramatically, and that one hit him.
And those are the indications right there that we're looking at. Really good control when he first came in. The velocity was up. It's a high leg kick. It's a lot of effort. And there now you get Curio on for Ethan Fry, who's been on already 3 times in this game.
But now if you're John Savage, you got to start thinking about what happens after this. And it's already a 4-run game. What you really can't do is burn too many guys that potentially can't go tonight.
Exactly.
Because they're going to come back if they get beat. UCLA comes back and plays Arkansas tonight. And Arkansas's bullpen is rested. It helps when your starter goes no-hitter and punches out 19 and nobody puts their spikes on the bullpen.
So Jack O'Connor starts to warm as well. He had 2 up there in the bullpen. Yeah, big spot here. We got ourselves a 4-run game. You got Ethan Fry up, who in this game, including yesterday, has reached all 3 times, 2 walks and a single. 89-mile-an-hour slider in there for strike 1. He's been a bit of a hard luck guy with injuries. He didn't play much on the title team. Then they decided to commit to him every day. And the day they decided that, he hurt his shoulder, so he couldn't throw. Talking about Ethan Fry.
There's a lot to like, though. A lot to like. And I think you get him in pro ball where he's playing every day. You're going to see Fry just getting better and better.
Yeah, that was his mom and dad there. Ross and Brandy watching with 2 on and good speed out there on the bases. Oof. Swinging for the seats out there in left. He had the big hit in the Super Regional. In that comeback where they were down 5-1, they ended up winning 10-6. Perfect pitch. And Fry is done. So there's a bounce back from a kid that was reeling a little bit. Catches Ethan Fry looking. And an unproductive plate appearance with runners at first and second for the 2-hole hitter.
Now for Randall, those last 2 pitches just lean into the fastball. 97-97. The last one just stays at the bottom part of the zone, and Fry can't pull the trigger thinking it's going to have some movement down and out, and it just stayed right there. Here comes John Savage.
He's made the move already to the bullpen. They're going to go left on left to try to deal with Stephen Milam. Get you the numbers on what that means when we come back. Timeout here in Omaha. It is 11 a.m. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Arizona 2 in a barbecue and gone. Ian May, as Kyle just said, has some length, and unfortunately for him, sometimes the balls that are hit off his pitches have some length to them.
He's given us some home runs, 15 home runs in 69 1/3 innings this year for May, but he also can give you that length. His last time out went 5 innings against Arizona State. He's been over 80 pitches multiple times. I would think if you're John Savage in UCLA right now, the intent is put May in and get us to the finish line. If you give us a chance and hold it up, great. But it's kind of twofold thinking right now. You're thinking about this one, but then you also have to think about potentially playing again tonight.
Stephen Milam will be up. When he arrived on the planet, he came out with like a full head of hair. So they nicknamed him the Monster. In a baseball world, that's a good nickname. But he said, yeah, that happened back when I was 2 years old. .5'8", 177. The monster part of him comes with his ability to make contact with a baseball.
Yep, I'm good.
He entered Omaha hitting .290, 11 home runs, 55 runs batted in, and he is a real hard strikeout. 22 strikeouts in 234 plate appearances. A single, a walk, a single, and an RBI so far in this game. Fairly deep center field. Now circling and coming in is Brennan. Stanfield will head to third base. The throw will come into second, and staying there at first base is Currio. So they get the runner up to third, and men on the corners with 2 down for Jake Brown. Monster Milam done for that plate appearance.
Good job by May getting ahead of Milam, being able to be 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning and giving his offense an opportunity.
Yeah, this feels like an important plate appearance again. Down by 4. And in there for a strike to get ahead. The numbers on May a little better in the postseason. 208 batting average against versus 248 during the regular season. And for all the home runs he gave up so far in 7 postseason innings, just 1 extra base hit allowed in the postseason.
He's been very good against left-handers this year too.
Outside.
I think thought process when you bring him in is get Milam to the right side, then you get the left-hander right after. If you can get them both, they're out of the inning.
That was an important pitch there. 1-1 now turns to 2-1, especially with Jared Jones on deck. Be lefty against righty. Always thought as a hitter, if I can get this 1-1 count to 2-1, major advantage.
How about Brown, huh? With the shift on and playing deep at third, Martin thought about maybe laying one down and trying to steal a run. Eight homers on the year for Jake Brown. Couple of hits in this game. Here it comes, and that is in there for a strike to go 3-2 with a breaking pitch.
Sit in the same tunnel right now if you're Brown. Saw it 3-1. Can throw for a strike. He'll do it again. If he throws you a fastball, you can tip your cap.
Big time pro prospect Brown. Reaches out, rolls one over to first. And a good job by May. It was a Mayday signal from Savage, and this guy comes in and gets the job done. We stay 7-3.
Casey Nevis just a freshman, but feeling pretty good. Loving combo. Elevated fastball, slider. Elevated fastball, slider. We're going to show you the other one. Kind of the difference maker, too. That split has been so good today, but it's on the heels of 95 at the top of the zone. Evans cruising so far since he's come into this one. We talked about the length he's given him. He did go 6 innings. In the regional, 3 innings, 38 pitches, has been efficient with that pitch count, hadn't walked anybody.
He's a 6'2", 194-pounder, a freshman out of Houston, Texas. Talked about his athleticism, one of the higher rated pitchers coming out, obviously, but also it's like a top 20 shortstop in the country.
3 no-hitters as a high school.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And he gets 7, 8, 9. It'll be Blake Baltz and then Cash Duggar and Phoenix Call. As LSU tries to win this one. And by doing so, avoid having to play tonight against Arkansas. UCLA program's in an interesting spot for those that haven't followed college baseball or West Coast baseball. They were booted out of their stadium, Jackie Robinson Stadium, with a kind of a local fight against a group there who are claiming that the property is on their property. That's still being litigated out. Looks like July 1 is going to be the day that they get some answers on it, but there's a bit of a question as to how that plays out, where they play next year. Their head coach, John Savage, who's been there 21 years, doesn't have a contract for next season. And all these kids are sophomores. So
they got a really good club coming back.
They'd have a great club coming back.
Yeah, and you got a really good head coach that has been there 20 years.
Baltz is gone. Another punch out there. So what does your crystal ball say? How does that play out? And I know the off the field stuff is a really weird one. Not his contract, but the Jackie Robinson Stadium issue.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great college stadium on the West Coast, and it's on VA land, and there's a lot to it. But ultimately, they got to figure out a way to let UCLA play there, and they got to get his deal done, because John Savage is UCLA baseball. I mean, the history that's been built in the postseason, a lot of it is when he's been at the helm.
Of course, they're in the Big Ten now. And the Big Ten at one point was a really good baseball conference. On the corner on the inside. The Big Ten won 6 of the first 20 titles. They haven't won one since the Buckeyes in 1966, and yet he spoke favorably of what he observed from the Big Ten in his first year. But what was his first reaction when he was told, hey, we're going to the Big Ten? Shocked?
I think everybody was.
Yeah.
But when you look at the growth of the Big Ten from a baseball standpoint, you had UCLA, SC, Washington, and Oregon. There's some pretty good clubs right there that make the Big Ten instantly a different league. It wasn't that long ago, just 6 years ago, Michigan was playing for the national championship here.
If you look at
over the glove of Braswell at third, and a good solid line drive from Cash Duggar, who's got 2 hits since we woke up today.
And both to the opposite field, just allowing the ball to travel, not being afraid of anything inside, recognizing if it's going to be a fastball, which it was, and then drilling it the other way. If it's a changeup, he's going to try to get it elevated. Right now, really good plan. Duggar, whose father, watching right now in the Colorado organization, he's the head trainer of the Colorado Rockies.
He's the head trainer for the Rockies, not the psychologist or anything like that. He does the physical.
He does everything. Trainers do everything.
The way that things have gone there, you may be some consultations. Come on in, let's talk about this.
Go.
Things are going to get better.
They are. They have to.
They won last night.
Yeah.
There you go. That's our half-fill guy. KP, always looking on the bright side. Good one there. Inside on the hands of Call. We had a nasty thunder and lightning storm last night. Forecast is kind of iffy today, later today and tonight, but not anticipating what we got last night with the lightning and thunder. Way inside. Call says I may clip my elbow. A couple of Bruins got off the bench, ready to assume the position. Let's take a look.
He's been hit 15 times this year, and UCLA is a team over 120. So if you're going to ask for a review on this, I would think that it got him. See that elbow pad move? It got him, and that is a part of UCLA's offense. We talk about with Coastal, it's a big part of their offense, but they're not going to move too far when that's coming in. And he actually is trying to get out of the way a little bit, but I think it still clipped him. See if we can hear him. Tick, tick. 2 of them.
No, he got the guard. Thing is, when they're reviewing, are they able to listen?
Yes.
Contact.
We use all our senses on reviews if it's going to help us.
Well, let's see if they can sniff that one out.
See what she did there.
Whoa. You need audio.
I know this doesn't figure into the equation, but he's not going to ask for a review right there unless it.
Right. Yeah.
Because you don't want to waste a review.
Right.
Open your ears up and listen.
Oh. I didn't.
Open them up.
Sorry.
Open thy ears.
Nope.
Oh. I didn't have it hit anybody.
It's a big one because if he's able to get on and there would be one out, he'd go right back to the top of the order for West, and we're sitting on Chalowski to get his first extra base hit of the NCAA tournament.
Got to get that right hand up.
That was a weird one, asking people to listen to something that would be impossible to decipher. It just.
After review, the call of no hit by pitch stands. UCLA loses the challenge and have one challenge remaining.
Open your ears.
Has a ball come close enough that you feel something, but it doesn't physically hit you? You know what I mean? Is that possible?
I don't really know what you mean, no.
Where he feels it kind of blow by him and therefore that touched me, but it really didn't?
Maybe.
You've seen it hit uniforms. That's a strike right there. You've seen uniforms kind of brush back. I agree with you. It's a hard one to ask for a review unless you're sure.
It's also a game-changing moment, potentially, though. I mean, I think it's worth taking the chance because you get the top of the order coming up. Now Evans has worked it back to a 2-2 count.
Called strike three, and that at bat turned around quickly on Phoenix Call.
Two questionable calls. One outside, and you see the smile right there, call, and the other one down. Both of them he disagreed with. You could say the last three pitches he disagreed with.
This one's down.
Yeah, that's down.
Just watch the glove. So often you just watch the catcher, what he's trying to do with it. Hernandez is trying to get underneath it and bring it all the way up, but that pitch is out of the zone.
Veteran John Savage going to come on out. The Bruins have been chirping a little bit, and he's not going to be happy, and he's right. That pitch was down.
We got warnings just on arguing balls and strike from the bench, which is pretty understandable. I don't think anybody got thrown out. I mean, just think about that at bat, how it could have flipped so quick. If it's hit by pitch, we had first and second, top of the order coming up, just one out. And then if that pitch is called a ball, it's a 3-2 count, and call still standing there.
Roman Martin, the third baseman, was kind of top stepping it there, and he was told to simmer it down. Now West swing and a miss. Yeah, and then just behind, leaving the umpire, you see in the right-hand corner, Savage and Martin. So that's where the umpire took out his notepad and wrote down some names and numbers.
Oh.
So yeah, Evans continues to pound that fastball up, not afraid to come in. And then that split change just being so good, appearing like a strike in the bottom of the zone before it disappears.
Dean West did hit 4 homers during the regular season, but the outfield is very shallow against him, and this one is heading towards the LSU dugout and will get over it. But Curiel, Stanfield, and Brown, especially Stanfield in center, is playing very, very shallow. We've seen all the defense that Cholowski has shown us. We have not yet seen the other side of that game, that terrific offensive ability. He's on deck, but it's a 1-2 to West. Stays alive.
It's a good job just to get a piece right there, because that's exactly where Evans wanted to throw it. And the one that he's got a bunch of strikeouts today, that split that ends up down and out of the zone. And West gets just enough to stay alive.
Time. Offensive conference.
The Bruins got through the Super Regional by beating UTSA. And then a big fourth inning against Maury State. Here they are trying to get to 2-0, but down. And they've been silenced by the kid that came in, Kason Evans, on the mound, who has been really good. He's got 2 outs. He's ahead 1-2. West is your leadoff man. Leading off first is Duggar. Not a big lead. Here it comes, and that one is right back to the pitcher. Evans, the shortstop, one of the best in the country, made that look very simple. He's made the whole game look very simple so far today.
The championship, that was our goal when we came in, and with who Coach Johnson is, it wasn't going to take him very long to be in this position. And
the Tigers can say, we are champions.
To build, this program into what it's been, it's going to last longer than just this year.
Yeah, Skeens overshadowed the team. Cruz was incredible against some major leaguers, obviously, who are making impacts. He set a single season strikeout record, 209. Hoisted the trophy, and he was the first overall pick in the draft. And all people have done is beg for him to get more. He started an all-star game. Of course, his relationship with Livy Dunn, very famous. They're very active out there on social media. She too, part of a championship team at LSU. Certainly make the case they're the faces of that athletic program and having wild success.
Brock Cholowski was at that 2023 World Series watching Paul Skeens. It's one of the reasons that he decided to go play college ball. When I told that story to Jay Johnson, he goes, that's really sweet, unless we have to face Rock in the box, and then I don't like that story.
Yeah, Rock was here to watch. Not sure if he had any interaction with Skeens, who was here yesterday. May delivers, and Jones waited on it, and he swung and missed.
Yeah, Paul flew back to Detroit. Pirates will be in Detroit this week. He pitches on Thursday. That's a schoolboy by 1 day.
That would have been special. The thing that struck me about Skeens that year was his maturity and the Air Force background and all that, and the transfer, but his ability to communicate, to lead that team. Not a rah-rah guy, but boy, when you spoke to him, you realized you were talking to somebody who was next level mature.
He feels like a guy that's in control of every situation.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And I mean, think about it. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The things that have happened for him in the last 2 years, and how quick he became one of the best in the big leagues. He's the best college pitcher I've ever seen.
Yeah, as dominant as the Wood start was, there have been some blips on the Wood radar. That was what was the special part about Skeens. You could kind of pencil in, we're going to get 8 or 9 innings. It's going to be dominant. We're likely going to win. But that's rare in college. And that was not an easy decision, remember, for him to leave Air Force and go to LSU. He's really married to the military based on his family ties to it. That's outside. That's a walk to lead things off here from May to Jared Jones.
2 years after his success, it still feels the same way when he takes the mound at the big league level.
It does. Yeah, control is a good word though, KP. He just, nothing ever feels rushed, ever. This is the challenge for both coaches today, but certainly in Savage's case, falling behind as he continues to use the arms, knowing if we lose, we got a game tonight. The righty Jack O'Connor is coming in. We'll come back. It's the bottom of the 7th, the first of 3 potential games today. As the game wore on, I mean, he went into all kinds of get out of my head mode. He was locked.
The tough thing too is it was tight the entire game. So it's not like it's a 7, 8, 9 nothing game. Every single pitch mattered in an elimination game.
Phenomenal work by Gage Wood yesterday as Jack O'Connor's on to throw one to Luis Hernandez at 87, and that missed. That's out 2-0, with the exception of Easton Hawk, KP, who is a 95-mile-an-hour guy with 3 or 4 pitches. The bullpen for the Bruins, which has been their bread and butter, hasn't wowed. It's not a wow-you bullpen, is it? With the exception maybe of Hawk.
Yeah, I mean, Randall was up 97. It isn't from a pure velocity like what we would call stuff standpoint, which a lot of times starts with velocity. It is from a pitchability standpoint, and that's what they've done a really good job of this year, is maybe not as much swing and miss, but a whole lot of lighter contact. That's really who O'Connor has been this year. 17 strikeouts in 25 innings, but a 1.80 ERA.
Oh. And if that's going to work, you're going to have elite defense behind you, and that's the one thing that Savage has had. Recruiting shortstops to play all over the infield.
That's a good one right there. 3-2 as we go back to the changeup. Hernandez a single and an RBI. Yesterday they played at a run in the 3rd inning before that rain. On a 3-2, runner goes. And a grounded to short. Chalowski will think about second. That's the internal clock for him. No, I don't have it here. I'll go to first.
And the ability to, in an instant, switch your mind. I mean, he was in a position to make the throw to second if he wanted to, Eddie. Then recognized he wasn't. Flipped the feet a little bit and plenty of time to throw to first.
Trusting the arm, and most importantly, Jay Johnson getting the runner in action, knowing the numbers that you talked about. Not a lot of swing and miss. Stays away from the double play.
So the Bruins, one of 3 teams that are here from the West Coast. John Savage, of course, been there forever. That's what he said about West Coast baseball.
Having, I think, 3 Pac-12 teams for the first time since 1988 is pretty cool. When you hear that, hey, West Coast baseball's dead, I think it's the furthest from the truth. It is alive. All kinds of good players and good teams and good coaches. So I think this is a proof of that.
Well, so far Arizona struggled. They are out. We got the Bruins here. The Beavers coming up as Braswell looks at a strike. KP, you of course shined at Stanford. What for people that are watching, what does that mean, West Coast baseball to you?
I mean, for the most part, it's always been teams that can skill you up. I mean, you know that you're going to have to defend and defend the small ball. The back pick, we've already seen UCLA do that here, and they're going to throw a lot of strikes.
Braswell on a line, fielded on a hop, call. Yeah, we'll throw him out.
What's interesting is, and I know they're not from the West Coast, Coastal is like an old school Cal State Fullerton team that will defend all over the place. They're going to hang over the plate. They've got really good arms. They're going to hit gaps. They're not going to hit a ton of home runs, and they can run. So even though they're not here, I'd say we have 4 West Coast teams that are here, or they're not from the West Coast. But you can see the history, and this is what John's done since he's been there. Hey,
there you go.
There we found one. Oh, boy, Scotty.
Now, West Coast baseball, given that we cover the Little League World Series and we have seen so many great Little League teams come from the West Coast, whether it be Arizona or California, it starts when they're young. Is that because they're playing year round? Is that where the West Coast baseball is born, right?
Yeah, I think that's part of it, and teaching that style of game. What's interesting is a lot of the kids that used to be playing West Coast baseball on the West Coast are playing other places. I mean, Curiel is a pretty good example of it. I mean, that's a kid that embodies what you would consider, and now he's playing at LSU.
Aaron Judge was a West Coast kid growing up, of course, making a living in New York and using the power game to dominate the major leagues.
He had in this ballpark. Won the home run, the college home run derby when they had it.
Eduardo interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, showed him footage of his young Aaron Judge swing.
Completely different than what we see now. Boy, has he made the adjustment. Most home runs he hit at Fresno State one year was 12. His junior season. 12 is a month's work.
He had a little giraffe kind of look to him in college. There was a ball, or was at high school, whatever footage you show, where he kind of came in, stumbled, fell down. As he said, he's a lot more graceful now than he was then. Dickinson reaches out, trouble here. If it drops, it's another run, and it will. End of the bat, Daniel Dickinson just drops it in. It brings in Jared Jones, and a wry smile. It's 8-3 now, LSU.
Well, the little things in the game. Staying away from the double play on the Luis Hernandez ground ball. Putting Jared Jones in position to score. Then after that, Daniel Dickinson being able to get his first hit of the game. And it's a big one. Adding to the lead. Giving Evans more of leeway on the mound for LSU when he gets back on the bump.
That was literally off the end of the bat on a pitch that wasn't even close.
61 miles an hour off the bat at a 47-degree launch angle.
Plays like 100 miles per hour.
That's not a base hit most of the time, but he put it in the right spot there.
Salgado, the right fielder, just too deep, had no chance. Call gave it everything he could. And now back to Stanfield with a 5-run cushion for LSU.
He doesn't do soft contact. You said it.
Looking for another one. On the ground, and Call will go to first base. And we will have much more coming up on the shortstop. Brock Chalowski, he is leading things off for the Bruins. They're in a hole. We head to the 8th inning when we come back.
Welcome back to Men's College World Series. Kason Evans back out for the top of the 8th. He'll face Brock Chalowski coming up first for UCLA. Brock basically manifested his way here to Omaha. He put together a vision board. On the left, you see a bunch of stats. On the right, it's more of awards. First team All-American, Conference Player of the Year. And at the bottom, Omaha, because that's the big goal. The other interesting part about the stats on the left, how he came up with them, from Dylan Cruz's year.
Really? So it was Skeens and Cruz. He was into that LSU team. He really struggled here. He's really struggled offensively throughout the course of the NCAA tournament, as even Savage said. I mean, that's the remarkable part about where we're at. We've done it without him offensively.
If they're gonna hang around here for a while, he needs to be a part of it offensively. He's been great defensively. I mean, none of it has affected him on that side of it, but that is, for me, the college player of the year, and it just hasn't been there offensively the last few weeks.
and you looked at that vision board and you saw the statistics on the left and kind of the individual accomplishments on the right, but his point about the individual accomplishments when he wrote up the vision board was, if I can accomplish those, it means the team is doing really well. And he is a team, there is no question, he is a team first guy. They will all tell you that. And he carried them offensively through most of the season. He was on base. He had the 23 homers. He had the 74 RBIs. That's why Lavu, who's up now, was able to have 85 runs batted in. And it happens. You come to Omaha, and certain guys, you know, rise, other guys struggle, and the next night they can figure it out. In fact, that night they can figure it out. That's what they certainly hope to see happen for him.
I think the first thing that scouts, organizations look at, obviously the makeup, and being a scout's son, he understands how important that team aspect is, and do not let it affect on the defensive standpoint. And he has not allowed that to happen.
We talked when we came back on the air today, just Casey Evans, how far can he go? He won 109 pitches against Little Rock, and so ultimately can finish this if they won. But LSU now smelling the finish line with double barrel action going to that bullpen. I would think he finishes this inning. Would be surprised if he comes back out for the ninth.
On the ground and through the hole between first and second. That's a good piece of hitting by Lavu, because that ball was down. So you mentioned maybe getting him out. We saw their starting pitcher, Anthony Ianson, KP, when I was talking with Jay, 44 pitches yesterday before he came out, and you could tell he was already thinking, all right, so what do I need to do? When is he going to be available again? Is that part of the consideration here with Evans on the mound?
It is, but now becomes the advantage of whoever wins this, but it looks like it'll be LSU of the 2-0, because you play tomorrow and they got to beat you twice to get to the finals. So I would think if this holds, Ianson's potentially in play tomorrow, maybe out of the bullpen.
Okay. That one gets by, and it's going to send down to second base. Lavu will take a big turn and stay there. Yeah, it's funny. You guys talked about how much they could get out of a pitcher, and Eddie brought it up with I think it was Randall, where all of a sudden the control started to lose itself. Here you got a single and then a wild pitch, and they got guys warming up in the pen.
Nate Yeskie out. This may be just a how you feel in check right here. Now, most guys are going to tell you I feel great, and maybe it's a meaningless question, but Nate gets a chance to look him in the eye too and see if the fatigue is getting there. He's been great. He's
4 innings shutout relief, 3 hits, no walks, 5 Ks. With the hit he's given up here now, 4 hits. Been really good. This guy's really good too, isn't he, Kyle? Nate Yeskie, we talked about Oregon State winning those titles. What makes him phenomenal?
First of all, just his understanding of how to communicate with pitchers. And there's so many different personalities that you have to deal with. You know, he made an interesting comment today, and it was about Casey Evans, about how he's been holding his hands further away from his body when he's in the windup and the stretch. And he said, you know, years ago I probably would have tried to change it, but it's working. And so I think the experience that Nate has had, he's been at Oregon State, he's been at Arizona, he's been at A&M, and now at LSU. The trust factor for guys that work with him is through the roof, because all you got to do is look at what he's done up to this point.
.65 pitches so far in this one, and the next one to Roman Martin.
We saw Jay Johnson go for the mound visit in the first inning with Anthony Ianson yesterday. I asked him, how do you know when you go up or Yeskie goes up? He says, if it's something between the ears, then I like to go out there. If it's something more mechanical or stuff related, that's when Yeskie goes out. But it's interesting that the evolution of the two of them, because Jay told me this morning in 2023 when they won it all, Jay made every single mound visit that year.
It's probably an earning of the trust as well.
How about Roman Martin right now? Again with 2 strikes. He's 1 for 3 in this game, but every ball that he has hit with 2 strikes so far has been really hard.
Time, first base.
Listen to this. You want to listen to one. Listen to this one.
Well, and watch the knob of the bat. That'll be the only question as to whether or not LSU does anything right here.
Time, first base.
Definitely the backhand.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a wild pitch and a hit batter.
Yeah, and you feel like if you're the Bruins, this is your chance. You got 1 out, 2 on. Left on right matchup, and I think that's why Jay Johnson's coming out right now. I bet they go to the left-hander here.
That's the hand that he put up. So it looks like Shores will stay out there. Williams is going to come in. And a big spot for a good guy. A.J. Salgado with 12 homers, 54 RBIs. But a big round of applause that Kason Evans will get from the LSU faithful for what he did today. He was the bridge. And in this city, bridges are very important. We will walk Kason Evans off on a job well done. Started early, man, 10 a.m. We know college kids aren't too used to that. He was outstanding. In this odd suspended game resumption with the possibility of playing tonight, he ate up a chunk of innings, and that was huge.
He did, and there's a 0 in the run column right there too. So you eat innings up, you hold the lead, LSU expands, and now you go to the freshman left-hander. So 2 freshman arms today for LSU. Cooper Williams has been outstanding against lefties. Look at that hometown. There's a pretty good right-hander through there. Nolan Ryan out of Alvin, Texas. Righties, lefties, and you can see the split. One is because the changeup is so good, but ultimately for Williams, you bring him in his spot because there's 4 straight lefties due up, at least, for UCLA, and they like that left-lap matchup, but clearly he's been good against both all year.
That's a great point. Salgado, Brennan, Baltz, and Duggar.
Same high school as well in Alvin, Texas, right? With Nathan Valdi also coming from the same high school.
Now, while Chalowski has struggled, this guy hasn't in the postseason. And neither is Brennan. So 2 big left-handed bats, and the first pitch catches the bottom of the zone, 0-1.
Outside.
Salgado had the big 2-run double. Came against Murray State. Michael Barnett was very good in that game. He allowed Murray State only 3 hits. That's a good offense that he quieted down. So 1 down, looking for a ground ball. Big swing right there from AJ.
And for UCLA, the left-handers are going to have to handle that pitch. That was one they could handle. That was a slider that was in a spot they could hit. But that is Williams' best offering against left-handed hitters.
AJ and all the other Bruins talked about wearing that uniform, the 4 letters on the front, being able to play at Jackie Robinson Stadium with a chance to get here. 1-2, and he's way out in front and rolled it over. That's another part of the West Coast baseball conversation, the pride that the kids from the West Coast take in staying home if they can and representing. And this is one of those schools. Look at the makeup of the team. So many are recruited and stay. There's not a big portal push from John Savage. A 1-2 with 2 on, down by 5. That's exactly where our catcher Luis Hernandez set up.
He was 6-8 inches off the plate right there. If they were going to miss, they were going to miss there.
He was down there low. Remember, the umpires, what they do is they look at the knees so they can gauge if the ball's down or up. He drops that knee from where the umpire standpoint is, Tough to decipher if that ball is the borderline pitch to call it. That's one of the reasons why catchers, not only to save their legs, but also to make it difficult on the umpire with the call down low. Big pitch right here, 3-2.
Sure is, with the bases loaded and Peyton Brennan on deck. First and second, and now they are loaded for Brennan. Ball outside. And here you go, if you're a Bruin fan, this is your chance.
See what this offensive approach is right here. I mean, you get a walk to load him up. If you're Brennan, you're probably assuming you're going to get a first pitch fastball this year. Lefties against Williams this year, against that fastball, the OPS is over 1,000. So that is the pitch they've been able to handle.
5-run game, and the first pitch is right down there for a strike. So Muavailavu is at third base. Out there at second base, Roman Martin, AJ Salgado. That's 3, 4, 5 in the order. Brennan's a 6 hitter, and he came into today hitting over 500 in the tournament. Gets the call, the jump ahead, 0-2. That batting average in the tournament has come down to 464, a 300 hitter during the regular season. And there is some pop in the bat. 6 homers. The 0-2.
That's who Brennan has been while he's been hot. He stays up the middle the other way. So far today, everything's been ground ball to the pitcher, 2 ground balls to the shortstop.
On the ground, Dickinson will go to second, and that's all they're going to get. They do get the run in, slowly hit ball, and it's 8-4. That's what that pitch will do. It'll force you to hit it on the ground as it's slow and it's on the outside. He rolled it over. Guy that's come up with more runners on base for UCLA than anybody in the tournament, Blake Baltz. Has not yet delivered that big hit. This would be massive.
Yeah, it feels like if the Bruins are going to have a chance, he's got to get one here. You got to go crooked number, 2 outs here in the 8th inning, and keep tightening this LSU lead.
Good pitch to start. Cooper Williams got ahead. Brennan got the rollover. And Baltz is going to have a little conversation about the offensive approach.
And Bryant Ward out to talk to him right now, and some is probably approach. The other is to make the freshman stand out there for a little bit too.
So you're saying there's some gamesmanship in this game?
Every once in a while that exists.
That happens,
yes.
Okay. You see 286 against lefties. Decent numbers for Baltz. First and third pitch. Ooh, close, right just below the knees. Personally, 0 for 7, left 8 on base here at the World Series. Baltz takes one right down the middle.
That just tells me right there he's sitting slider. on that first pitch and on that one, the third pitch of this at-bat. 2 fastballs.
Now see if they stay with it. They've been working the bottom part of the zone. The last 2 just missed with 1. Got the call right there to get the count 1-2 with back-to-back fastballs.
Catcher sets up outside. The 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Baltz from a baseball playing family. His grandfather played for the Braves and the Brewers in the 1950s. Two and two, up the middle, slowly hit, backhanded, no play. So slowly hit that Dickinson didn't have a play on it. It brings in the run from third and Martin. And lo and behold, UCLA will bring the tying run to the plate.
They had Dickinson shaded way to the pull side right there, but Milam didn't exactly follow. He was not shaded on the second base side. And watch where Milam starts. It's not straight up shortstop, but a ways away. If he's more into the shift, maybe you have a chance. But I think it was just one of those where it's hitting the right spot. Not hit hard, but hitting the right spot that pushes another one across for UCLA.
And another left on left, Cash Duggar. Oh, a little high.
Look back now at the bottom of the 7th inning. How big was that hit by Dickinson? Add that run to LSU.
Cash is the 8th hitter. 3 homers on the year, 25 runs batted in.
Outside.
Leaves it alone.
Big.
He's had some really good at-bats here.
Talk about flipping a count right there. He goes after that one and misses. It's 1-1. Instead, the take makes it 2-0, and now it's starting to get a little more interesting in there.
Jay Johnson, Nate Yeske decided to take Kason Evans out of the game. They went with the lefty to face the lefties. There hadn't been a lot of hard hit here. Had the 2 balls on the infield. Now Duggar. He's got them talking. He is the tying run. At one point, it felt like LSU was in complete control. Two and one.
I know Dad has to be watching right now at Nationals Park. He's the head trainer for the Colorado Rockies. 2-1 count.
Brennan and Baltz, the base runners.
Ball loaded.
3 and 1, another good take. The 9-hole hitter Phoenix Call, who, remember, had that plate appearance in which he thought he got hit by a pitch, ended up striking out. Chance, perhaps, at some redemption. 3 and 1, hitters count. And he lost him with a walk, and they are loaded.
Chase Shores was up and throwing at one point in that LSU bullpen. He is no longer, which means one of 2 things. Either he's ready and coming in or won't. And it looks like they'll go to the right-hander that could run it up to 100 right here.
Assuming Johnson looks out there, and he does, and he points. Shores is going to come into a situation unlike many. Bases are loaded. You're in Omaha at the World Series. You win, you get a day off. You lose, you come back and play hours from now. It's on 8-5. You start 1 and 1 and win the title. These are the teams since 1990. It's not the preferred road. It's the road less traveled, but it's a road you can get home on. And all right, here we go with a 6'8", 252-pound flamethrower, Chase Shores.
This is a road with a high speed limit right here because Mr. Shores can run it up in excess of 100 miles an hour. It is power on power right here. 64 strikeouts, 57 2/3, and one number that jumps out a little bit. Bases loaded, 2 outs. He's walked about 5 per 9 right throughout the course of the year.
Which is the risk, right, with the bases loaded.
His last warm-up pitch came in at 97 miles per hour.
He's just getting loose.
Phoenix Call is the number 9 hitter for UCLA. And he hits one on the ground. It is fielded and flipped, and in one pitch, we go to the beach, the shores, and he calms everything down. A little rollover that Milam made look easy.
UCLA can taste it.
And the Bruins have done it. They win their first ever national championship.
There it is. And for the first time since 2009, the Tigers are champions. Yeah, both of these teams know what it feels like. LSU destroying Florida in that game. One pitch to get out of the bases loaded jam. As the World Series dreams for both of these teams will not be dashed as a result of this game. UCLA in a hole. That was a massive opportunity. And Shores went with a slider to get the rollover. August Souza is going to be on the mound, guys. He's the pitcher. He is the 7th Bruin pitcher used. Kyle, people at home wondering, if you pitch in the morning, can you pitch at night?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on workload, but I would be surprised if at least a few of these guys, if UCLA has to come back and play tonight, don't pitch at some point later on this evening. Souza, kid they're excited about right here, and I mean, John Savage has done what we thought he would do. I thought maybe he'd go longer with May just because he's shown the ability to do that. But besides that, it's been short stints for this UCLA bullpen.
Well, he's thought it through the same way that Jay Johnson and his staff have thought it through. LSU benefited from the long outing they got from Evans. It's been a different story on the other side, but they started this resumption down by 2 already. Curiel, Fry, and Milam, the top of the order for the Bruins, due up. Bottom of the 8th inning. A single, and he was hit by a pitch his last time up. Two balls, no strikes. So a lot of hand motions you watch from Curiel. You see a lot of major leaguers do that too. Soto, of course, Juan Soto, famous for hitting himself on the right thigh, using his hands, talking to himself. 2 balls and a strike. Thanks to mom, dad. He grew up, and there was one thing that he was always wanting to do. Hit balls, field grounders, swing and a miss there. Good outside pitch from Souza. We're going to see him at the next level.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch him develop and fill into that body during his time in college. He will be a high draft pick. I think the question just is how high. And he will move to center field next year for LSU.
Important guy to get out here. Leadoff man for Souza.
Souza very slider heavy to both right-handers and left-handers. It's a pitch that he throws more than the fastball and anything else, and he's been pretty slider heavy in this at bat already to Curiel.
Three balls and 2 strikes.
Seen Curiel throughout this entire postseason work counts for being down 0-2, 1-2. He can work it all the way through a walk. Very disciplined.
Got a 55-foot long batting cage in his backyard. And this one is to call. And Curiel, who hustled, is out at first base. Well, the Bruins have had to, and this is part of who they are when you talk about having so many guys that have appeared in at least 17 games. The idea that they have used 9 different pitchers for 13 appearances. Not like there's teams that would really bother. It doesn't feel like the Bruins, given their history this season, is going to be one of them. So Creel is out, and Ethan Fry, the 2-hole hitter.
Ball just down.
Yep. We
It's a
lost the
different
ball.
look at that one.
Lost the helmet.
Earpiece stayed on the helmet, though.
So just go back to Creel for a second. That batting cage, they ultimately have that thing resting on turf out there because, as his dad said, we had regular grass. It got so torn up. The dirt, it was once a nice yard. It was an eyesore. So we now have turf in the backyard with the batting cage, which he started using when he was just a little kid. His older brother went off to play junior college baseball. And again, those are the qualities of a kid that ends up playing at a major power program. You have the benefit of a batting cage in your backyard.
You have a turf backyard.
Yep.
You probably love this game.
3-2. We did a feature Sunday night because it was Father's Day, KP, of all the Dodger kids that were on the field, and they also had some footage from their backyards where they were playing and t-ball and just doing imitations of their dads. There was a lot of backyard envy when you saw
I can assume that.
Where those kids were growing up.
Plus, you also have Dodger Stadium as your playground.
Yeah. So a walk not close on that pitch. And here comes the monster Milam. Again, the nickname has nothing to do with the size. So, oh boy, Savage is coming out again.
They may try to switch Milam to the other side of the plate here.
We can update our graphic on pitchers used.
I think you're going to add Ryan Reeses to that list right now. It is not. Easton Hawk coming in the game. All right, now. Here comes your stuff, Rav. You're going to get a little bit right here.
Yeah, with 1 out in the 8th inning. The closer is coming in. Well, it's interesting when you look at the way that John Savage has managed this thing. It's taken him, it took a while in the beginning to understand who he had, how he was going to use them. And ultimately, when they got here, he said, we finally got to know ourselves. But the 8 pitchers used ties a single game record. And there's got to be people who are curious, why is Easton Hawk in this game trailing by 3?
Well, top of the 9th. I think he's going to try to give his team a chance to come back. And in top of the 9th, you have West, Chalowski coming in. And those two guys, high on base percentage. It's going to give a chance and an opportunity to LeVou and Martin to get some at-bats with runners on base, and that's what they're hoping on. That's what he's hoping on. Give his team a chance.
And I asked you, Kyle, like, can you pitch in the morning and then come back at night? But you'd think if they play tonight and they're up, you'd like to get this guy in 8th inning before you wait till the 9th inning.
Yeah, I mean, probably lengthen him out. I think to Eddie's point, you're trying to give yourself the best chance to not have to play tonight. Now, your offense is going to have to be really good in the UCLA half of the 9th inning, but Hawks got to get him there at this point. This is premier stuff.
Yep.
You guys got a chance to see him in the opener, but it's mid to upper 90s fastball, so a little bit different from what LSU has seen out of the UCLA bullpen so far today.
Yeah, no, Stephen Milam's going to see something that probably is going to feel like 112. And there's a good pitch mix here, but we're not going to see the changeups that we have seen so far.
Tell you what we just saw was Milam's hair. I love that. Took that helmet off.
He's had it since he was a baby. Here's an easy one at 95. Real easy look to that. But he hit Gackle twice, and that's a good arm, and that one is just foul. Wow. Home plate out. The first base umpire had to get out of the way of it, and then we went into a whole presentation as to whether that was fair or foul.
This was athletic down there by Angel Campos. I mean, we got a spin, jump, turn, all in one move, and then a very relaxed foul call. Get out. Yep.
Oh, we missed the best part. The strike in the pose.
0-2 with one out. Oh. There's Easton Hawk, and that is filthy.
I am curious to see what Savage said to his players in the infield as soon as he made this switch and they saw their closer coming in. Could have been a motivational thing as well. I'm coming in. I'm bringing the closer because you guys are going to get us back.
I'd be surprised if that wasn't what he said. We're going to get out of this thing, and then we got the top of the order coming up, and we're going to go do some damage. And you're right. It's a way to kind of motivate before you even get in the dugout. But now Hawk's got to get one more to get him there.
And it's Jake Brown who win this game. He's got a couple of hits. And that ball is into right's got to get down. Off and hustling is Fry. He will head to third and get there standing up. First pitch swinging, and a delivery from Brown.
Pitch was down and away. Hooked it again. Talk about power against power, KP. Yep. That's what we're about to see.
Third hit of the game for Jake Brown, and now Jared Jones, who had the 3-run home run in the first inning yesterday of this game. Walked and scored his last time up. And this is a big-time showdown between a power pitcher and a power hitter. They like the 3-run home run a lot, and they like the idea they're 2 on for their son now. 1 ball, no strike pitch. Right there at the letters. Talk rolls, and that's one thing that they've defined on UCLA. They know who their 7th inning guy is, and 8th and 9th. Pitchers are creatures of habit too. This is a different spot for a guy like Hawk. Jones hits a line shot right back up the middle, and there's another runner of insurance, and the plan of the pitching backfires on the Bruins. It's 9-5.
'96 coming in. Tell you this, it wasn't 96 coming out right down the middle, and it's all about that first pitch in the at-bat. He took the slider, tracked it really well, and then sets it up for that one pitch, the fastball, the same type of pitch that he took deep last night. That's a big run right there.
And remember, Jared Jones had an 0 for 5 5K effort. The team, the coach put their arm around him. They took the off day to work on it. He comes back, blasts a 3-run home run yesterday, and that is the beauty. That is such an important part of this sport. And their last 5 runs have come with 2 outs. Bounce back and forget. Ouch, that one got Hernandez. And it's coming apart here for Hawk as he loads him up. Now, good intentions, and Hawk came in and got Milam, but since then, a single, and a hit batter. And Mardi Gras Mike is you can kind of feel him out there, huh?
Mardi Gras Mike made the the trek up, so all 972 miles. That's a 13-foot Tiger. Actually, to be fair, it's 13 feet 5 inches because it fits under the bridge. And to make sure it was low enough to get him under the bridges getting up here.
Didn't have to take any air out of the tires to lower it?
No, just driving around downtown Omaha, blasting Louisiana Saturday night.
Yep.
So you can call that an emotional support animal, or do we go with the service?
I don't know that you could sneak service into the ballpark in that one.
Well, LSU's eyes light up when they get runners on all the bags, and they do now. They got 2 grand slams. They're hitting .429. And Michael Braswell is the next to have the opportunity. Savage had to go out and tell his team, look, we're doing this, so we got a chance here. You had to also wonder who spoke to Hawk about this.
I would assume it was pregame. I mean, he knew he was going to be hot if they needed him. May have been a little bit of a surprise in a situation like this, but at the end of the day, I mean, you got to keep it as close as you can to give your offense a chance.
Two balls, 1 strike for Jake Brown down there at third base. Jones and Hernandez. And LSU and Mardi Gras Mike. The Tiger takeover right now with this game. And 3 balls and a strike for Easton Hawk. Braswell 0 for 11 on fastballs if they're inclined to do it. He gets into this one on a line to left, and West does a little dance out there, but he makes the play. They'll leave him loaded. But LSU's got a 9-5 lead as the guy right there loves the feedback he's getting from his bat. 3-run home run yesterday and a big single in this one. We're back, everyone. Let's take a look at the Capital One rewarding performance. And you can certainly make the case for the offense that Jared Jones provided, but we're going to go with just today, meaning Tuesday's guy. Then it was Casey Evans, who was an arm saver as he gave them length out of the bullpen and for the most part kept the Bruins bats at bay.
Now I know what's in your wallet.
I'm all about Tuesday, and there he is, the freshman Evans, who's going to figure again. That's the one thing about this tournament. Evans going to finish another game at some point. You know, Wood is going to be used again. Arkansas did not get a great start from their opener. He's got to be back, and he's likely to pitch a lot better. And now the chance to pour in strikes with a 4-run lead, trying to close this thing out against the top of the Bruin order.
At 99 miles per hour.
Shore stands 6 feet 8 inches tall.
Out.
And that's outside, and West does not give you a huge strike zone.
The thing is, it's 99 with the fastball, that's real, but then the perceived velocity because of the extension appears to be even more.
99 to start, and back-to-back sliders that miss off. And talked about the patience of West, and he will do that to you. 49 walks and 27 strikeouts for West coming into this game.
Dad Brian Shores watching son trying to seal this thing and send them to a night off. 2-2. Bruins back at it if they are unable to come back at 7 Eastern against Arkansas. And then the winner of that will get LSU tomorrow night. Assuming LSU hangs on. Otherwise, we'll have another Arkansas LSU game this evening. Slow roller, West busting out of it. Dickinson's got it. Double pumps, and it gets the first out on a jam shot. Difficult pitch from Shores to West.
Difficult pitch in a difficult play. because Dickinson right there had to go into the outfield grass. You're wondering whether or not that lip, and it's tiny here, but it's going to play any role in that last hop. Watch how deep he goes. And that gets those feet turned. He's a really good defensive second base. He's a really good all-around second baseman. Just 4 errors all year for Danny Dickinson at shortstop.
And now it's again Rock Chalowski, and you're always looking for things. I mean, all he's got to do is look across and see the way that Jared Jones bounced back. One good plate appearance can get him going. Instead, he gets sawed off, and Dickinson is there. How are your fists doing to both West and Chalowski?
So we talk about Shores and the velocity when he came in. 2 biggest outs that he's got. The first out, first pitch slider. That pitch right there to Chalowski, first pitch slider. Now just 1 out away from sending LSU to the 2-0 side.
We'll talk about pitchability and stuff.
They're like front hip sliders. And those things are right in here. If LSU's going to go far, Shores is going to play a big role. Levi Lavu. Strike 1 at 100 miles per hour. Both coaches in a perfect world, wouldn't want rain, but last night both really wanted to finish the game last night, and Mother Nature wouldn't cooperate. But LSU on the verge here of having the rest of the day off. 2-1 way inside. May not be any athlete more catered to having to deal with elements and other things than baseball players. On a 2-1 and another one to second. Dickinson is up with it, and the Tigers go to 2-0. They are in the driver's seat. Their 8th 2-0 start in World Series history, and there is the critical number. The purple and gold, they've won 6 of the previous 7 when they started 2-0.
Remember the way this game started, granted yesterday, but the way this game started. UCLA scored 3 runs in the top half of the inning. And from that point on, the LSU offense started showing up. Ianson founded for a couple innings, and then the freshman Kason Evans just settled everything down on the mound, let that offense continue on, and the Tigers with that 2-0 start.
How about Jared Jones coming back from an 0-for-5 strikeout performance in game 1, a game they won, and this time he said, boys, just get on my back offensively. I'll drive in 4.
Don't let Chase Shores get lost in this thing.
I agree.
When he came in, it's bases loaded. I mean, one swing changes it right there. He got 4 ground ball outs to change, got him out of the jam, and then a quick night to finish it.
He picked up his first career save. Evans gets the win. He got the save against Arkansas in game 1. He's been a huge X factor. We'll see what they do with Ianson, but they have the rest of the day and night to chill and game plan. That's the first time UCLA has lost in the tournament, and it's the first time in a long time they've lost when scoring first. To Kyle's point, they led this game 3-0. Let's go down to KB.
Kason, congratulations. Knowing what was in store if you lost this game and having to play tonight, what did you feel like you had to give your team on the mound today?
I mean, just go out there and compete was the main thing. I knew if we lost, then we'd have to play again tonight, and we really didn't want to do that. So just had to go out there and give it my best and pray for the win. Sleep fast, quick turnaround. What was the preparation like for this morning? Not much preparation. I probably got 3 hours of sleep last night, but woke up and was ready to go and was excited to be out here.
Feels like a while ago, but Jared Jones had the home run coming off a tough night the day before. How different is this offense when his bat gets going?
I mean, his bat, everybody, it doesn't matter whose bat is hot, but especially with him when he starts hitting the ball, then everybody's going to hit.
Congratulations. You deserve a nap now.
Yeah, I'm going to take one for sure.
Guys.
Thank you.